What's going on, everybody? How you doing? That's a rhetorical question because I hope you're just doing well. But feel free to comment on how you're doing. Thank you so much for stopping by. We got a very special little miniature group chat tonight as far as half of the Cinema Squad here to go ahead and discuss Marvel's first animated DCU MCU entry on Disney Plus. That's why I was mixing up Disney Plus MCU. Forgive me. To go ahead and see how we feel about that show now that season 1 has concluded. So we have a lot to get into, and I'm going to go ahead and bring the guest that we got on here, since you saw it wasn't just me in the thumbnail. And let me go ahead. Think it would be best to get a proper one of these in here. What's up, Dan?
Hey everybody. Hi Jace, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm doing pretty good.
That is good. That is good. You ready to talk all things what if?
Yes, I am.
Absolutely. I can bet that there's someone else that is just as excited as both of us.
Jace, Dan,
what's up, John?
I am ready to talk some what if with you guys. I am a little disappointed in you, Jace, because I thought you were going to be like, Jonathan, I choose you.
That would have been a little bit perfect or a little more fitting for this. Absolutely. All right. So
it's all good, man.
You're right. It's what am I doing here? So time, space, reality, whatever else the Watcher says in the intro, because I can't remember it all off the top of my head right now. But he chooses the Upside Down.
That was awesome. Hey,
and to complete the Guardians of the Cinema Squad,
you took me out of one of the best realities I've ever been in.
This is for a much more important purpose.
Time to talk some what if.
Absolutely. Hopefully that was a more fitting intro. I hope you're happy now, John. Super. All right, well, guys, so seriously, I'm very excited to talk about this show. You guys happen to know before anybody else that when we were talking about our most anticipated Marvel projects, I was very quick to say, well, at least when we got through our list, that this was going to be my most anticipated one. And I know that was a shock for some people, given the fact that it's an animated series. And I think it goes without saying that most people are drawn to the live action stuff more than anything. But I knew that this was going to be something special, strictly because it's tackling something that I think so many people are interested in. Just we haven't gotten a chance to dive too much into over the time of there being cartoons and movies, which is the multiverse. So just like initial impressions, if I were to go ahead and, Dan, I brought you on first, so I'll go ahead and toss it to you first. What did you think as far as positive, negative, overall thoughts?
This show surprised me. Even for the first episode, I know some people were not as big a fan of the first episode, but even the first episode, I was like, okay, I'm into this. And then the second episode is one of my favorites. There are some hit and misses. Like I do include the first episode as a negative now, like it'd be on the lower end of my list. But there was a couple other hits, a few misses. I think it ended great though, and I think that altogether that it was a surprise of a show, and I really enjoyed the animation, and it was great that most of the the voice casts came back, and even the voice casts that didn't come back, they were still pretty good.
Agreed, man. Yeah, the voice acting, I'll throw that in real quick. That pleasantly surprised me that even the people that didn't come back for their roles, they really did a good job with finding people that nailed that pretty well. Like, I don't know, they didn't get Scarlett Johansson for Black Widow, and I can't remember the actress's name that was the voice actress for that, but I thought she actually did pretty well. Like, I wasn't sitting there just like, oh my gosh, I can't stay and listen to this. It's like, yeah, that sounds like Black Widow. John, how about yourself, man? What'd you think overall?
I believe her name is Lake Bell. I'm not 100% sure on Black Widow, the voice actress. I think it's Lake Bell. I was a little bit like you, Jace, because before it came out, I wasn't as excited as you, but I was anticipating it nonetheless. And so when it finally started, with the first episode, I was left very disappointed. I thought, wow, is this what every single episode of What If is going to be? Because if it is, this ain't for me. And then I continued it. And my God, guys, this has to be one of my favorite Marvel shows this year. I think it's like top 2 for me. I don't think there are much misses here. Maybe there are some episodes that are better than others, but aside from the first one that I just straight up don't like, I thought all of them served a purpose. All of them were very well done. The one thing that I couldn't get behind at first, and with time it got better, was the animation.
Mm-hmm.
The animation at first, I thought something was a little bit off. The voice, the voice dubbing wasn't matching the mouth movements. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, or I'm just going crazy, but about halfway through the season, the animation got a lot better. And I started enjoying the animation a lot more. All in all, What If was a big surprise and ended up being one of my favorite things this year.
Definitely, man. I agree that the animation comment that you threw out, that was extremely well put. You would almost swear that the animators themselves continued to develop it as it kept going, which I guess normally you have like a very structured state. You stick with that. Not to say that it felt inconsistent, but I agree. It felt like it improved. I don't know if sometimes it was the setting itself that they were in that maybe it worked more for. Like something I noticed was in the second episode with Star-Lord T'Challa, it did feel like it very much fit the space, the colorful places they were at. It fit that more than like a very down-to-earth what Captain Carter's episode was. But at the same time, then you have other episodes that move forward. The Jersey Thor episode, I like to just call it that because that's what I titled it. But right, the Party Thor episode, if you will, when it's in Vegas. And that's very much a real-world setting, just crazy stuff going on. But it never bothered me really past the first episode. And I don't know if it's simply that we adjust to it more. I think that's definitely something, right? You just become accustomed to it. I got to hand it to them that they stuck with an animation style that is definitely different. I can't say I've seen anything that looks similar to that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the space thing, I think the space setting, I think you're right. Like the second episode, it just felt like it fit space more. And actually, I agree with John. I think this might be my second favorite MCU show.
It's really good. It ended up being really good, guys.
I know, I'm super happy as far as that ended up being the case. I would much rather that as opposed to sitting here and being like, well, let's talk about the biggest disappointment of the MCU this year. No, it's almost the opposite. It was like a nice shining, glimmering light of like, yes, they're still making good stuff. And that's saying it lightly. I'm not saying they're cranking out a bunch of crap or anything. So with all that being said and getting our initial thoughts out of the way, which, I mean, I'll be saying more. I know I kind of just asked you guys. Long story short, I thought it was phenomenal. We'll definitely be talking ins and outs of like what we thought and high points, low points, stuff like that. But we do have at least a nice little grouping of comments here because we got some people with us, which thank you very much. Appreciate you guys being here. So our very first question happens to be coming in from Eric, who is asking, do you guys think we'll start to see What If episodes set in worlds that are more like the Fox universe or other I'm guessing Sony Spider-Man universes? So far, they've all been similar to the Sacred Timeline. First of all, Eric, thank you for being here, buddy. Hope you're doing well. And yes, personally speaking, I think that now that they have the ownership of that, we've started to see where they have they list them as Marvel Legacy films that are on Disney Plus. And I think now that that's actually something that they have, I can see where they have a little bit more leeway to dive into those. They already know how much people like to see something they've seen before with a little bit of a twist, which is what basically the whole first season was to a certain degree. So I think, yeah, it would be really cool to, as the show continues, dive farther back, maybe all of a sudden see a spin on Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Anything from, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine in the Fox X-Men movies. That'd be really cool. What do you guys think? Would you be down for that?
Well, what the whole point of What If is that anything is possible. Absolutely anything and everything is possible. But the thing is, I don't see that happening for a very long time. I feel like we're going to be sticking to the Sacred Timeline for a couple seasons. It would be cool to see like going back to like a Tobey Maguire universe or the X-Men universe and seeing like what if that way. Yeah, of course, that would be super cool. I don't see it happening at all. At least not for the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
That's
Jason, and I actually only saw this on Twitter, so I had to watch the episode again. But in the files, remember the files? Remember they're going through the boxes of files, and in the files, Xavier is in there. So, Xavier files in there. So, like I said, I have to go back and actually watch the episode. Someone just posted the pics on Twitter, and I don't remember if I watched the episode and saw that. But that's interesting, at least.
Yeah, I still haven't actually caught that. And that's something I haven't really gone back to specifically look for that moment. But yeah, I didn't happen to catch that. It's not me, discrediting the fact if it's there, but that's something that if it is, man, I love that they're already starting to, put little stuff like that in. It's interesting. I just like that that's even an opportunity that we can realistically talk about that. No, that actually might happen. Where there's other things where it's like, that's a fun discussion, but let's be honest here. This is something that could actually kind of come to be at some point. Very.
And I feel like even if we get things like that, because Dan mentions Xavier. Okay, so let's say there is a Professor X in the MCU right now, and we get introduced to him later. That is still MCU Xavier. That's not Xavier from the Fox universe. So that's what I mean. Like maybe, we'll see an Xavier in a What If episode, but it won't be Patrick Stewart or James McAvoy. It'll be the MCU version of Xavier. That's part of the sacred timeline.
No, I agree. I think that's where they would start. And once they introduce that and make it official who this Xavier is, like who the sacred timelines one is, then I think they'll be more okay with diving into other properties where different people played different stuff. I'll tell you what, I want them to see them, if they're going to start to introduce those characters, I want them to have a what if Quicksilver met Quicksilver and have Evan Peters Quicksilver meet Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver.
Wait, Ralph Boner?
Ralph Boner.
No. Yeah, see, that's the thing is, no, I want the actual Quicksilver, right? Meeting the actual Quicksilver. Not Ralph Boner can go ahead and they can just completely just dismiss that idea ever existed. I just don't even, the thought of that is just makes me gag.
Boner.
Oh.
Drew happens to be here with us. What is up, Drew? Thank you so much for being here, man. At least just want to go ahead. Got a couple people that are saying hi and everything that happened to be here. Florentina, thank you so much. Hey guys, I haven't finished the show yet, so I'll catch this up and the last few of Jace's breakdowns. Thank you very much. When I'm finished, hope you're all well. Have a great stream. Thank you very much, Florentina. Appreciate you popping by just to say hi and everything, and glad to know you'll be catching up on the stuff. I think it'll be worth your time. I really do. She's very nice about it. She always ends up like complimenting as far as how I put stuff together, and it's appreciate all the kind words. We also got as far as popping the popcorn. So I'm glad that you said that because I don't think I would have been able to put the 2 and 2 together. So, all right, Katie, glad to have you with us. And Nassim, how's it going? All right. Very glad they're here. We probably wouldn't have. I would have noticed by the name, but I noticed that the picture changed. So, all right, it used to be a butterfly. Now, what is it? Flowers? Flowers in there?
Flowers.
Right. Like it, babe. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you for being here. The distract. Okay. What's going on, Nick? Dan looks epic as fuck in that thumbnail. What's good, everybody? Yes, he does. He absolutely does. I mean, that is one of like. I thought I had a pretty like distinct pose, and I'm still happy with it. But Dan, you just make everyone look terrible on there.
I missed the memo. I didn't know we were supposed to do superhero poses, so I just went.
That's my old. That's just an old picture. I didn't take a new one for this, but I was looking for my shield next to me, but it's out there, so I don't have it right now.
Out there.
And John, don't feel bad. I didn't think about it really until after I got the pictures from you guys, and then I made mine. So I actually thought it was kind of funny that there's Dan looking all epic and me looking all stoic, and then there's John. I thought that was just absolutely great. John, what's going on? Not John Man of Movies, John. John C. I'm I'm driving, so if I crash, I blame you, Jace. Don't 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 crash, man. Don't crash. I appreciate you being here, bro. I really do. Hey, you guys got to see. I have to show you an update. He's got. He was my buddy that has the Winter Soldier tattoo that takes up his whole arm, and he's just about completed on it. Oh man, it is extremely badass looking and some dope dedication.
Jeez. Oh my god.
DCU unsub. I'm sorry, Nick. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. It was, like I said, mix up of Disney Plus and MCU. Apologize.
Why did you say that name?
Ricky, what's going
Ricky!
on?
Yo, bro! Killing
it! Killing it, my man. Killing it. Dude, Ricky, I am extremely excited because I know he's working on a screenplay.
Yep, he is. He is indeed.
That's awesome.
I can only imagine how awesome that would be.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nick throwing in, you need some Avenger swag. Apparently they're coming in with those hoodies. Hey man, I know. I'm slacking over here. I got this to kind of help, but
man, you whack.
I know. Hey, Nassim got me this shirt. I dig this shirt.
Nassim is cool. Nassim is cool, but you whack. Nah,
let's see. Eric throwing in. Doesn't just sound like Jeffrey Wright. He looks just like him as well.
That's racist.
Is it? I'm just joking.
No.
Yeah, I'd
Eric,
be.
we're playing around, Eric.
I know, man. Hey, look, I appreciate the compliment, but yeah, I'll just stick with the sounding like him. I think that's probably way more appropriate there. Jeffrey Wright's a cool dude. He's a cool dude.
He looks like him.
It was better than Falcon Winter Soldier, Black Widow, and hot take Shang-Chi for me, but still prefer WandaVision. I think that's something that Eric, I could have probably guessed. So yeah, WandaVision seems like the unbeatable, like on the pedestal top of it for him. But I'm glad that this is definitely something that seems to be at least better than a lot of those other ones for you. Do you guys feel like that's a hot take with the being better than Shang-Chi?
No.
I think he more means the hot take is that he didn't like Shang-Chi as much as everyone else. More than What If being better than it. It's more the hot take that he didn't like it as much as everyone else.
But he thinks No Time to Die is like the best movie ever. It's not.
Oh no. Oh no, here we go.
Eric, stick to what if questions.
Let's see here. Katie throwing out, I loved What If. It is very different from anything else Marvel has come out with, and I couldn't have said that better. And that's what I do appreciate about it. Not like everything needs to be the most different thing. Sometimes it's nice to see characters you're familiar with and just pick back up where they left off and continue their stories, or something that's kind of the same but a little bit of a different take because the setting is different. But this was just so nice to no boundaries, no limitations, do almost whatever you want, really. I think that was so cool. Like, just even still to me, the concept of a Star-Lord T'Challa, I love just the idea of that, let alone that we actually got to see it play out and see him in as many episodes as we did. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman was great. And I hope next season and on they go even crazier.
I think they will. I think this was the starting point, and they just wanted to test the waters. And now that they know people are down for it, it's just I expect it to like catapult into craziness as far as it moving forward.
If they're not gonna give us an act in a movie, can we get a Howard the Duck episode next season?
I want a Howard the Duck.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
No, without a doubt. He deserves his own episode at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
If they're gonna give Agatha Harkness her own show, they can at least give Howard the Duck his own What If episode.
Please. I want it.
We all do. Especially Seth Green. What's up, Joe? It's so refreshing to see a diverse group of live streamers. That's right. You got Jeffrey Wright, John, and
Jeffrey left.
That was good. I don't know how I did not manage to get that far right away. Should have totally missed opportunity. And Jeffrey down.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Right. Don't have a clue what any of you guys are talking about, so I'm going to check out. Take care, guys. Ricky, I was a little surprised to see you in here initially just because I figured that this maybe wasn't up your alley, but thank you so much for at least stopping by, man. I appreciate that and totally understand. If you're not doing anything, just throw us in the background and let us be some nice noise to cook to or fall asleep to or write your screenplay to.
Yes.
Looks like, John, you were right. So Black Widow voice was Lake Bell. Thank you for that extra confirmation there, Katie. Yeah, I think she did a good job. I mean, like I said, out of all the people, especially since Black Widow played a pretty integral role in a lot of the episodes, I think that they picked someone pretty good to take up for it. I wonder how close the filming of this or that the recording, excuse me, of the voice work was to the lawsuit, because it makes me wonder why they didn't get Scarlett Johansson. It's like, what was it? Because that's when maybe the lawsuit was all starting up and going down in the background before it became public. You know, because it seems like this would have taken place well before that.
I'm wondering if it's they didn't want any of the dead or grown up. So Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and now Black Widow. Maybe they did Scarlett Johansson. Maybe they didn't want any of the ones that are supposed to be dead or gone to voice their characters again.
I think that's it, Dan. I think that's exactly it.
Which honestly is, I do see the point, but that is disappointing in a way, because like, look, I get it. They're trying to make sure people understand, look, if this person's done, they're done, right? Like if Chris Evans is not Captain America anymore, you gotta accept he's not. But it's fucking voice work for an animated series. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't, I don't think anyone needs to be full on believing that like they're coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, Jace, you know more than anyone else. People are gonna start thinking that if they start voicing a character in an animated show, they're gonna be like, "He's coming back." I think they're holding it off. They're holding it off for a big episode or a big crossover event, where then they'll finally bring in Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr. to voice them, and they'll be like, "Make sure to tune in to next week's episode. Robert Downey Jr. returns to voice Tony Stark." That's a big deal.
But and also Tom Holland and Dave Bautista didn't even come back, and I don't know why, but Ross didn't even come back. I don't know why Ross just didn't come back.
Well, Tom Holland's been making like 17 movies a month, hasn't he?
He's working.
What?
That is a good point, though, Dan, right? It does kind of deflate the theory of, of them only wanting to get people that are dead in the MCU with new voice actors. Because, I kind of want to, like I said, when it comes down to it, voice work, and the reason why it is something that's easy for well-known actors to hop into and out of is because you can do it so simply. Like, you could do it remotely, right? You don't have to necessarily be with the people that are making the movie. So that's the part where it's like I kind of have a hard time understanding exactly what would make it, even if there's scheduling issues. So what, like Tom Holland, if he's shooting a movie, dude, you just do an American accent for Spider-Man, right? You don't have to really, like, I would say, maybe get into character per se. It should be simple enough to go ahead and, like, on a day that you're not shooting, take literally the couple of hours at most that it would be to record the couple of lines, and then go ahead and send them in. Now, I understand it's easier said than done, and I'm not trying to like point the finger at anybody in particular. I have no idea what came into play, but that's what I mean. I'm just curious. I wonder what came into play that led some of them not coming back. I would love to know why James Spader didn't come back for Ultron.
I know. I wanted him back so much.
Maybe they couldn't afford him.
Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum came back for his character.
Yeah.
No, which is, and that was a quick thing.
Yeah,
Taika Waititi came back for Korg.
Yeah.
And what, each of those were like just a couple of lines, weren't they?
Oh yeah.
Korg was
so that's what I am the hero.
I am the here.
I'm guessing maybe it's just I am here, or otherwise, it's just saying I'm a hero. I am the here.
It's like the Watcher. He's like, I am the here.
Let's see. We got a lot of comments of No Time to Die. Oh boy. Yeah, so much saying, oh man, they're gonna be pissed at me when they get to my Bond comments. Yeah, don't worry about it, Eric. We're gonna focus on the what if stuff, but you're all good. Oh gosh. All right. Hey, Anthony.
Whoa!
Hey.
What is up,
Anthony,
man? What's up,
man?
fellas? Let's see. He's throwing in, as much as I'd like to see the big characters like Wolverine, X-Men, Fantastic Four, or anyone like that ASAP, it feels more likely to establish them on big screen first. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think so. The way
Yeah.
John was saying it about the fact of, if we're going to get Xavier, we're going to get the MCU Xavier first, even if it's like, you know, obviously we can't tell if they're going to be bringing people over at all, right? They're already bringing Ryan Reynolds. That's official. So you never know who else they might decide to kind of snag over. I'd rather them maybe start with a clean slate. I'm not going to lie. But I think once they fully establish that, get them on live action to some extent, then they would feel, yes, much more comfortable to keep this going. But I do hope they keep this going for that. This seems like the show that it's asking a bit, but it feels like it could just keep going.
I hope.
Oh yeah, it could keep going. And I have this theory, not a theory, it's like a fan theory. How cool would it be if something happened to the Watcher? You know, he broke his oath. Somehow he gets, oh, you're not the Watcher anymore. They take him off, and and for at least one episode, we get Deadpool as the Watcher.
Oh man, that would be great, especially if they got, look, Ryan Reynolds, you know, would be down for that. And
Yeah.
then I think it'd be great to hear Ryan Reynolds do an impression of the Watcher to like start off the episode until you see it's Deadpool.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic. Oh my gosh. If they don't do that, that is a heavily missed opportunity.
And then at the end of the episode, as he's finishing it off, then we hear Jeffrey Wright, and we find out it was just the Watcher narrating a universe where the Watcher got booted out, and then Deadpool becomes the Watcher. So Deadpool's like, what in the fourth wall breaking is this?
Which, it's the only person that it would be like understandable for that to happen. What if all of a sudden he goes in, this would probably become too much too quickly. He goes and he finds other Deadpools.
That would be so funny.
Or it could maybe come down to like, what if he just finds out he's the only Deadpool in the entirety of the multiverse? He's that unique of a character, and that's, you know, part of the reason. Maybe he finds. Oh no, I'm not even going to start to go there. But that would that'd be hilarious. I need that to happen.
Yes, please.
Katie throwing out the pictures look very nice, fellas. Aw, thank you. Thank you. I think it was simplistic, but it turned out well and fitting for what we were trying to do here.
Yes.
What is it? Eric thinks Dan is Cap, obviously, right? You got the shield. Although, I mean, there's been a couple of other people to wield the shield, so you never know. But it does seem most fitting, right? Captain America. I will definitely take Iron Man. I appreciate it. John, I'm going to say is Hawkeye because of the similar hairdo. Oh man, Eric, if you were on screen with us, John, that would have been one of those moments John would have taken you off the stream.
It would have.
Oh gosh.
What then?
Dude,
Carter.
Oh no. Dude.
Oh. Yeah, actually, as far as hairdo, I don't know if it'd be. I think it would be the DOO. I guess I don't know. Joe's throwing out. By the way, one of the skits starting.
Oh,
we did. Watch our Halloween shorts. Yeah, apologies, guys. Trust me, it's something where, especially for shooting the shit, we always make an effort to make sure that there's a skit, maybe even a multi-parter usually, for that. This, given the fact that it was just for the What If stream and or What If show, I'm sorry, and that we're not going to be making this like as long as a shooting the shit stream. We wanted to kind of keep it more contained. So apologies in advance. I do love the fact that there's people out there. Joe, maybe you got some biased opinions, but people that want to see our skits, don't worry. We will have plenty on the horizon. Actually, there's one to look forward to coming up. John has one that you should all be very much looking forward to. That is a mixture of a short film and a trailer reaction that if you don't catch it within the next few days when it comes out, I don't know what you're doing with your lives.
Same.
yeah.
Same.
Chill. Oh, wait, what is this? Did I see this correctly? What's Katie saying? I actually could not get into maybe Howard the Duck movie on Peacock. It was weird for me. Have either of you seen it?
No, I've
Nope.
never seen it.
So
Well, that's a lie. I've seen like bits and pieces of it when it used to be on TV, like it'd be on HBO or something, and I'd catch the very ending or some of the middle. But I like all in all, no.
I want to watch it just cause, but
I know at this point, like I'm gonna go into it expecting it to be horrible, and I'm sure it's gonna be really weird too. But I'd be kind of interested to see it. The only thing that I've seen, like the closest I've gotten to seeing it, I don't know if you guys have ever seen these, and if you haven't, do yourselves a favor and watch them because they are absolutely fucking hilarious. But they're called pitch meetings, and they're on the page, the YouTube page Screen Rant. Oh my god! So Ryan George is the guy who makes those. Shout out to him, man. That he is just you're absolutely fucking hilarious, and you're like a legend, man. So there is a pitch meeting for Howard the Duck, and it's just great. I feel like first of all, I've got a very good gist of the movie just from seeing that, and it definitely gives you a very clear idea of how weird it is.
Guys, check out I just watched the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory one earlier. That one's so funny.
Oh, I have to check it out.
I have never seen one that hasn't made me laugh ever, and like even if I haven't seen the movie that it's being done about, like that the pitch meeting is for, I'll still watch it because it's just they're way too enjoyable. Let's see. Anthony was thrown out to at least everybody in the chat, which Anthony, appreciate you keeping the momentum going in the chat, my man. Guys, what are your best / worst episodes from the season? And I feel like this would be a good time for me to just go ahead and perfect enough. I do happen to have this. So, we'll go ahead and definitely as far as get back to the comments, but just stray away for just a moment here and kind of think, what would you say? And this is, I feel like kind of tough, but right on the spot, if we had to pick like a favorite episode, what would you think? Dan, I want to kick off with you.
Yeah, it is a tough one. There's so many that I could choose. I'm gonna say zombies for now. I loved zombies.
That was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was really good. Dude, it's beyond tough for me. I said in the opening, these episodes were so good. I didn't think there were any misses except for one. There were any misses here. Zombies is a really good one, Dan. I really like Zombies. That was fun. It really felt like The Walking Dead meets Marvel. And not because it's zombies, but it's just the tone that episode took felt Walking Dead-ish. That's a good one. My first favorite episode before the other episodes came out was What If Earth Lost Its Mightiest Heroes. That was one of my favorites. But if I have to pick one, I think I'm gonna side with my wife. This is our favorite episode, and it is What If Doctor Strange Lost His Heart.
Oh man. It's a good one.
Yeah.
I respect so highly the way they ended that.
Yep. Same.
That was
Same.
Did not see that coming. So much respect for it.
Yeah.
Is that part of why you guys liked it so much? Is because of like the fact that they kind of went dark and stayed that way and like ended it like that?
It got very dark and it stayed that way, and I loved it. It showed repercussions. For once, there wasn't a formula to it. Like that was it. Everyone died. Everyone? Yep. Everyone.
And so this is something for anyone that's caught my breakdown of the season finale. I kind of re-threw this out there. I very much have a theory that I think is maybe not just mine. I thought of it, but I don't know if I'm like the first person, obviously, to think of it. And it seems obviously we've got some agreements on this that Strange Supreme, I definitely feel like is the Doctor Strange that we see in the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. At least I have a feeling that he is. And with that being said, I think that this will be a nice tie-in to it. Like, it's a great way to have an introduction to him without saying like you have to see that first. I'm sure they'll still make this something where you don't have to see What If. You'll still kind of get what he's getting at. But I bet his inclusion or why he's going to be there is because he just thinks I can get a Christine Palmer from another universe, or somehow throughout the multiverse find a way to bring her back specifically. I think he's actually going to be tracking down Wanda and use her chaos magic to try and bring his Christine Palmer back into existence.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Jace.
Yeah. That's like,
So good. That was so good.
yeah.
Thanks, man. I now it's just one of those. I hope that actually turns out to be the case because I think that would be very logical as to why even he would be there, as opposed to just shoehorning him in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was curious because I was curious. I'm so glad that you like that, John. Dan, what was it about specifically the zombie episode that made it stand out so much to you to make it your favorite?
It just feels so cinematic. Yeah, I don't know. I just loved it. I don't know.
I agree with Dan there because it feels to me like I love the show, but every episode felt episodic. And the zombie one did feel very cinematic to me, Dan. It really did.
Yeah.
I mean, the season finale, the last 2 episodes also felt cinematic. Aside from those, I think that's the obvious one because those are meant to feel cinematic. But aside from those, I agree with the zombies feeling cinematic for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that was a good way to keep zombies fresh. It didn't feel stale. It wasn't just like, oh, it's the zombie episode. It was like, no, they did well with it. I like that one a lot too. I just
say?
Yeah.
Can I just say? Everybody is hating on zombie Wanda not being able to stop Ultron, but when she looked at him,
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, when she looked at Ultron, she saw Vision, and that's why she let her guard down.
Yeah, good point.
Yep.
Yes.
It makes sense. It does make sense.
Yeah.
So I can't necessarily disagree with that. It's funny because I almost feel like kind of silly for not thinking about that right away. I think it's because he still had the face part down, but yeah, I think there was enough showing to where she could kind of identify that, and it's the most logical thing because it doesn't really look like he does something that actually stops her. It looks like she chooses to, like, she's shooting her stuff, and then all of a sudden, like she's like surprised. And the first time I watched it, I thought she was surprised because he just deflected her blast. But again, I think it's more so she purposely stopped because of like, holy shit, Vision?
Yeah. Yep.
Which is pretty nuts to think that even in zombie form that she would recognize him. It's the power of love.
Oh, my heart.
Let's see. Eric was throwing in that the Howard Duck movie gave me a mental break a few years back when I watched it for the first and only time. Well, there we go. Some pre-warning to how crazy it must be. Oh, also, just for the heck of it, I didn't throw it in. This is really difficult. I'm not entirely sure because I really like how it came together. So I feel like the season finale might very well be my favorite. But I have a hard time saying that because the first thing that my gut tells me is Star-Lord T'Challa. I love that episode so much. I just think they did everything right in that one, and I appreciate Chadwick Boseman's performance in there heavily. And no, this is not some cheesy cop out because now he's passed away and it's the last thing we saw. It's because you could tell he actually like wanted to be a part of that. Everything, I don't know what it was, but it had a vibe where like I really felt like I was watching T'Challa. Everybody really kind of did a pretty good job, but there was something about his performance that stood out to me. So that mixed along with the character and the way that they made him, I just thought was like such a creative spin. And it saddens me because the other day it was actually who was it? I heard it from a couple of different sources, but basically they were saying they were supposed to make a Star-Lord T'Challa show before he passed away.
Wow.
That they were in talks of doing that, like its own little spin-off series, or who knows, maybe it would have came to live action at some point, right? So that's got to be like one of the things where I don't know, maybe that's part of it that makes it stand out. But again, I think that could very well be just because I just really like the story behind it and everything. It was well executed.
Well, that was almost my answer too. That's one of my favorite episodes. That would have been my next answer probably.
Nice.
That's definitely a good one.
Joe's throwing in, has anyone seen the original Howard the Duck film? It's trippy as fuck. You see a duck in the bath with its chesticles covered in suds. I wish I was joking. Man, it's okay. So we really got some Howard the Duck fans in here. Eric throwing in, good question, Anthony, about the favorite episode and everything. I think the Doctor Strange episode might be the best one. So, John, it looks like you got some agreement there. But really enjoyed most of them other than 1, 6, and 7. Didn't enjoy... no, actually, yeah. Never mind. I'm right there with you.
Wait,
What's 7? Which one's 7?
The Party Thor episode.
So which one is 6?
The Killmonger episode.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Eric. We
Those
can be
th-
friends again. We
those
can
th-
be friends.
Dan, what were you throwing in?
Those 3 are my least favorites too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's really good. I don't love the Doctor Strange episode as much as everyone else seems to, but
Take it off.
Nick throwing in there. So haven't seen What If and don't really plan to, which is why I'm hanging out. Hey, Nick, thank you so much for hanging out. Look, I'll put it this way. I feel this way about when people watch my reviews and stuff, and I'm sure everybody could share the sentiment. If you're not going to watch the actual show or movie, then I'm at least very appreciative that you're checking out our review, or in this case, live stream discussion.
Cheer.
Cheer. So yeah, I meant to add also Loki I liked more than What If as far as Phase 4 goes. Loki is the other one. Phase 4 project, I'll admit, might be better than WandaVision. They're right next to each other. Wow, Eric, I'm surprised to hear you say that.
Eric,
I
friend.
can agree though. Where would you say, like, where does Loki stand for you guys now that What If is done? Would you say it's, I guess, superior, or I mean, I don't know. How do you happen to rank that?
Yeah.
Just going by shows, just the shows.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, like, it's I know it's kind of tough to say because they're so different, but I guess it's, you got one show that's introducing the multiverse and one show that is basically able to take place because of that.
WandaVision, What If, Loki, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay.
I'm like Eric in the sense that I think WandaVision and Loki are right next to each other, but I think Loki edges it out. Loki is superior. I loved that show. Can I add? I was disappointed that we didn't get any sort of tie-in to the series. I thought maybe by the end we were gonna get a Kang cameo, or at least like we were then gonna switch to like live action where we go to the TVA trying to be like, oh my god, these multiverses are getting out of hand. Oh my god, at least something short like that to tie in what happened in Loki.
Yes. Now, John, that's a very good point because I think we all felt that way from the beginning. But here's another thing why I think that the whole season I thought they were going to do with what you're talking about. Did you guys notice that whenever they never did this in the episodes, but whenever they were promoting the episodes, they would show a TVA screen and it would type out what happened originally, and then it would backspace, and then it would say, what if this, right? So basically it's like, and then Tony Stark went here, and then it would backspace, then Tony Stark went there instead. And it was like, ugh. But it was very clearly, I feel like, a TVA screen that was displaying that information, almost like they were keeping track of all of these variant universes. And I feel like it was almost like, why bother doing that unless it's going to tie in? Maybe it's something they're saving for season 2. But I do agree that I think it was a very big missed opportunity to not have that to some extent. I like that Infinite Ultron was like the top dog here, and I'm actually appreciative that they stuck with that. But I would have loved if, like, the after credit scene, you could do your Hydra Stomper thing for Peggy, that's fine. But if they would have had something Kang related, show an animated Kang come in. But I think, and this is the last part I'll say real quick, and John, I'll throw it to you. I think the only reason they didn't is because we haven't seen live action Kang yet, right? So how we were saying for the other characters, if we had seen live action Kang, and not the one who remains, or He Who Remains, if we saw live action Kang, then I think they would have included him.
Yeah, 100%.
But John, what were you throwing?
Man, I don't remember.
No, I was hoping, I'd rather have this as an Doctor Strange is going to have a connection to No Way Home. So we would see Doctor Strange and it starts snowing or something. So you saw the snow in the what's it called? In his tower thing.
The
Sanctum
sanctum.
Sanctorum.
Yeah. So I was hoping like it would be some
Sanctum
connection.
Sanctorum.
Yeah.
Cool.
That would have been very logical, right? As far as, but maybe here's the thing. I would have loved that. I'm sure they would think that would give quote unquote too much away. But I am kind of surprised because they love including like subtle things like that. And that would be really nice if they had something as simplistic as like, hey, wasn't it snowing in Strange Supreme's Sanctum Sanctorum? And now it's snowing in this one?
That would have been so cool.
Definitely. Oh, I'm glad that at least someone said something. It froze up very temporarily for me. So I'm glad we still got peeps peeps with me. All right, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and throw this on the screen here as we move on forward. If Tom Holland has enough time to live stream, be live on Instagram, he has enough time to record lines for What If. Yes, Joe, I agree. Right? That's what I was saying. Look, at the end of the day, I respect that they must have insane schedules on their plate, and I respect that. So I again, I don't mean to make it seem like, oh yeah, it's just no big deal. But look, at the end of the day, you're talking about recording a couple of voice lines for a show. They don't need you to do much. The bigger part is on the animators' plate and like, them all putting it together in post-production and stuff. So I agree, Joe. Let's see, Katie throwing in. I liked the episode when T'Challa was Star-Lord. All right, good stuff. And I did not really like the Captain Carter episode. It seems to be the general consensus that most people don't care for the Captain Carter episode too much. And I feel bad because it's obviously not because of Captain Carter. She was a cool character. I think it's just the way that they presented the episode. Do you guys, what do you think? Like, Dan, for you, was it the episode or is it the character?
No, I like the character. And I remember I don't dislike it, so I like the episode, but fine enough, But I don't know. It just because it felt like the first Avenger, just Captain America, and then they just rushed through the rest of the events of a movie in an episode. And I know that's what they did for a few of them, but this just felt like the first Avenger rushed, kind of.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you when you say that, Dan. For me, it's not the character at all. It's the episode. I thought the episode was crap. I did not like the episode at all. It was a highlight reel. And I thought that's what If was going to be. And I was going to be so angry if that's what it ended up being, just a highlight reel. Oh, I hate this. I didn't like Captain Carter, the character, in the first episode. I started to like her in the very last one, where she started showing more of her personality, that she's not just Steve Rogers, but a woman. Like, she's Peggy Carter, just with the super soldier serum. And you see a lot of that in the last episode of the season, where I said, okay, it's not the character that bothers me. It's definitely the episode.
No, yeah, I agree 100%. Because I think I like Haley Atwell just in general, the actual actress. And I've never thought that like Peggy Carter, I think she's a perfect example to better put what I was just going to say. I think she's a perfect example of like, when they try to make a female character who is, like can hold her own without trying to, I don't know, either quote unquote overdo it. And it could be anybody they overdo it with, but like in this case, just not overdo it, not make it seem like it's out of nowhere. Like she's just really, it makes sense that this all fits with her. And the super soldier serum seems to fit with her attitude very well. Like she fits as a captain. And I like that. I agree that the first episode kind of started to get there, but maybe it's because she had first gotten that role. By the time we see her in the season finale, she's been in that position for a while. And I agree. I think it's like you could tell, like she's become accustomed to it. And one little thing that I didn't take notice of first until I saw someone else point it out, in the beginning of the season finale, when she's briefing the team on what's going on, that scene is taken straight from a Captain America movie where it was actually Crossbones that was giving the briefing. And I just thought it was cool where it was like this, it was almost the same briefing. But then to see her do it and her being the one taking a little bit more lead in more of a stand-up position within S.H.I.E.L.D., I thought that was really cool and seems very fitting to what she would have done if she actually was that character.
Give me more Captain Carter, but just take her out of now she's going to be in the Winter Soldier movie. Do something new with her.
No, I agree. Oh, but John, you want to take that opportunity? You want to say your Winter Soldier idea though? The little spin on that?
Yeah, so I had this idea because I didn't like the end credit scene for the last episode of What If, when you find out the Hydra Stomper is on the boat, and then uh, Black Widow tells her, "Oh, and there's somebody there waiting for you." Kind of like an emotional ending. I thought it was cheap. I thought it doesn't make sense. I thought, and this is what I still think is a better idea, is they go, since this is the events of the Winter Soldier movie, they find out that the information that they were sent to look for is that they're looking for the Winter Soldier, who ends up not being Bucky, but it ends up being Steve Rogers. So now going into season 2, we would get Captain Carter, Peggy Carter, going after Steve Rogers as the Winter Soldier. And I think that is a story that could be so much more impactful than even the Winter Soldier movie.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
No,
that would be
John,
awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you heard my reaction when you first brought that up in the chat. That is like, I fucking love that idea so much. It's not even funny. Like, and that is 100%. Even though the dynamic between Bucky and Steve is incredible, that is, in my opinion, even more compelling of a story. As far as how that could be spun and woven out. And I think they still actually have a chance to do that, because maybe that's why they didn't have Steve be shown, that it was just said someone's in there. What if they pop him out? But, you know, since he didn't die right away, obviously, what if within the time that where Peggy left and he was still there, somehow, I have no idea exactly how, because the, you know, Red Skull died and, you know, who knows what happened. But what if it was something where like Hydra got their hands on him and then made him their Winter Soldier, and then like they kept the Hydra Stomper, but then they used it for Hydra, right? And so like she thinks she's all happy. Oh my gosh, Steve is still alive. We found the Hydra Stomper, only to break him out, bring him back to life, to realize, yo, he's the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Absolutely great. And that's actually something I feel like I could just keep going on and on about that.
What
I'm
if
sorry.
Howard the Duck? It's not.
Oh my god, man.
And there's somebody waiting for you, and they open the door. It's just Seth Green. Hey, what's up?
Hey, come on, it's happy hour. When do we get to the What If Disney owned DC episodes? I'm not aware of any DC properties that Disney owns. I know that they've done some before Disney even owned Marvel. Marvel and DC did some crossover comic series together back in the day. I'll tell you what, this is funny because like I was gonna maybe hold this off till later, but I'll just throw this in for the heck of it right now, and I'll come back to it. So I'll just pop it up here. I'll come back to it in a little bit.
Oh, you mean okay?
Should. And what I mean by this is specifically what I'm saying. Doesn't this seem like an applicable thing for anything? Like, wouldn't you fucking love to see What If Star Wars?
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, what if the sequel
Like,
trilogy never happened?
yes, exactly, right? Or like, dude, just imagine. And I mean, to be realistic, like, what if Qui-Gon lived instead of Obi-Wan?
Oh,
And
Jace, we have to do a Star Wars stream. Let's do a Star Wars stream. Like, I want to talk about this. I really do.
Seriously, man, I'm super down for it, because that's like, first of all, I'm just a huge Star Wars fan, so you did damn right. But then on top of that, like, just this concept, this fits so well with so many things. And like, could you imagine? Like, that's a legit. I'd love to know what that would be like.
Dude, Anakin would have never went to the dark side. He would have become he's the chosen one, and he would have brought peace to the galaxy, and the Empire would have never risen. Oh!
Right, and that's just one. That could be one episode, let alone anything else. There is so many cool possibilities. Obviously, if they can do this with Marvel, yes, DC would make a hell of a lot of sense to be able to do some of the similar things. This just seems like the type of concept that, like I said, you can almost apply to just about anything, and it would be fitting.
Let's do a Cinema Squad What If where I'm Dan Wick.
We were definitely everyone at least within the squad knows we were definitely going to do something at some point that is multiverse related, and in case we end up going through with it, that's all I'll say.
One day, right?
Nick was just asking real quick if they announced the season 2 of What If, or is it meant to be a limited series? This is definitely going to be a second season. At first when it came out, I didn't realize that was the case, but they have by all means confirmed that season 2 is a thing. The Gamora episode that was supposed to be in this season has been pushed back to the next season, apparently because of the pandemic. So at least we'll get some clarification as to what her whole deal is and why she was there. But I kind of have mixed emotion about this, so let me know what you guys think, because I wanted them to almost just go fresh, clean slate into season 2. Like, I don't need them to extend necessarily what they've already done.
A bit of both. A bit of both.
I know. I'm on the fence. Would you? I don't know. Since we've seen it all, would you prefer? Like, would you rather they continue with everything they've got, or would you almost rather them see like take a new direction and just focus on different people?
Yeah, new directions. Because I feel like there's so much you can do with the show, so why keep focusing on the same? Like, this show could go on for eons.
Give me majority new and give me some old.
Yep, I agree. If you just give me like a nice balance, I would like to maybe see some resolution of, well, I don't know. We all know it's Steve, but if they turn that Steve into the Winter Soldier, then yes, I do want to see it continued. If the Natasha being placed in the murder mystery universe ends up actually panning out to something, then sure, you know what? Like, it would be kind of interesting to go ahead and continue with that. I thought the one that was going to be the most compelling to see, but they kind of already addressed what was going on, was in the Star-Lord T'Challa episode, where at the end of it we see Ego meet up with Chris Pratt, or like as far as Peter Quill. So I thought that would have been, if they didn't show what it eventually turned into, that could have been a really cool episode to continue with as far as story-wise for the second season. But otherwise, I want to see new stuff as well.
And there's a lot of characters that we haven't met yet, and we're supposed to be meeting soon. Next season, don't be surprised if we see the Eternals in What If.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's a good point. That is a very good point. No, yeah, actually, so shoot, I didn't even really think. So Eternals, Shang-Chi, I wouldn't be surprised if he was involved in some capacity for next season. That's a good point, man.
So I was thinking, when they said that they're gonna pass the Black Widow into a universe that lost their widow, I thought they were putting it into the timeline.
My wife said, my wife was like, wait, so we still don't have a widow?
Yeah.
Oh man, that would have been. See, that is a hilarious way. Like, they could do that at any point in time. They have that perfect excuse to just, whenever they want, be able to just be like, nope, guess what? It's the reason why they're back. No, we didn't just bring Tony Stark back to life. This is a Tony Stark from a different universe. That's why Robert Downey Jr. is back. Otherwise, you also have the opportunity to get other people to play that. If you get a Tony Stark that doesn't look quite like Tony Stark, but it's because he's from a different universe, he doesn't have to look the same. Because they didn't really address that too much in the show. Everybody did kind of look the same from universe to universe, but that's only limited universes we've seen. There's definitely ones where people, don't look the same.
Frost Giant Loki from the Thor episode. Is that the same Frost Giant Loki that we get a scene of in the Loki series when Mobius is telling Loki about the different Lokis, and there's a Frost Giant Loki that we see?
I don't think so, because that's a fantastic question. And the only reason I don't think so is because the one in the Loki show seems like he seems human-sized. He doesn't really appear to be, I mean, I know it's just a little like image that they're showing, but he doesn't really appear to be like, big and monstrous kind of.
So guys, I don't understand that. So if Loki didn't get raised by Odin, they're saying that he just would have been a frost giant? I know that he was a frost giant before, but what makes him human in Odin's time, Odin raising him, and a frost giant if he doesn't,
Yeah, so again, Dan, like, it's like different universes. So in the Sacred Timeline universe, Loki's a runt. So that's why he's not a giant. And I guess in this universe, he's not a runt, so he grows up to be a giant.
Okay, all right.
That's what I think. That's what I
Because
think.
remember, that's what he actually is. One thing that we kind of always, and myself, always forget is Loki is consistently using magic to make himself look like a human. He
So,
doesn't actually look like that. Like that was one problem that people had when it came to the Loki show, because they're like, yo, if he's in the TVA and magic doesn't work there, why does he still look like himself?
So that's what
Why doesn't he have blue skin and be like a frost giant?
True.
So confirmed though that he's using magic the whole time to make himself look like a human.
Yes. I think it's insinuated.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they've definitely. I can't remember if it's been like officially like they say it word for word, but I mean, no, that's definitely like they make it clear that that's somehow I can't remember. They make it clear that's the case.
Okay.
Well, at least we'll find out where there's that confirmation. In the meantime, figured I'd throw this up. Shewine, first of all, thank you so much for being here because we saw the hello come up and very glad that you were joining along. I wanted to throw this up because it's a little bit late that we got to it, but nonetheless, Nick looks like he was dipping out. I believe he is going to see Lamb. I'm going to watch a half human, half lamb hybrid movie and hate myself after later, everyone. Nick, I hope you end up enjoying it, man. If you end up watching this back later, I hope that it was ends up being a good movie.
Yeah, I still want to see it. I want to see Lamb, and I want to see Last Duel. Comes out this week.
Yeah, I like Lamb.
He did, Dan?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited.
I'm very curious to see Lamb. Eric was throwing out that he thought that his mom's favorite episode was the Thor one, which is definitely funny. I think, maybe for people that are not too keen on what's going on in the show, I could see maybe why that would be an easy one to watch.
Because that was a fun one. It was like a fun one.
It was a good, fun one. Not like the Killmonger one, which was not necessarily fun. Like, it was like kind of dragged.
The Killmonger one was...
No, I personally do not care for how they depicted Killmonger in like the whole show. What the absolute fuck, man, that he's like some like crazy genius that can do all this shit. How on earth, how did he know how to mess with the Ultron Sentry? It's one thing if he can mess with it, but to then make it so that all he has to do is hold it in front of Ultron to make the suit materialize perfectly onto himself. And now he has the capability to wield the Infinity Stones.
If I can take control for a second, Jace, if that's okay with you.
Sure. I know, but that just seems like stretching it so far, man.
I know. I got.
I mean, don't you guys think, isn't it a little, and look, I'm not trying to say that Killmonger's an idiot. Like, he clearly is a very, not just physically imposing character, but intellectually imposing, but not Tony Stark level, and then beyond. You know what I mean? And then, like, when you think about it, it's not just the fact that he has the wits to do that, but seriously, how does he have the actual capability to wield all of the Infinity Stones? That's not like we saw what it did to Hulk, right? It fucked up his arm, man. Like to the point where it's like it's not okay, and it basically killed Tony Stark.
Spoiler. No.
Hey, then in that case, the Hulk messing up his arm is a spoiler too, I guess. I don't know. No, but right, I mean, it's something where I think that's something to take into consideration of like how. I know he had the protection spell from Strange Supreme. I get it, but come on.
Yeah. But that protection spell only goes so far.
I think I'm milking that protection spell. I'm milking it. That's why. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Fair enough. She wanted us throwing out on our way back from Disney World, but just wanted to stop by and say hi. Hey, guess what? You're not that far from John.
Yeah.
She's right here. Come here.
And I am extremely jealous, Shiwan, because I hope your hubby and everyone, the whole family, is having a great time out there. I've been dying to go back there for the longest time, to the point where it's like it's like physically bothering me. Like I need to go back there. Yeah. I don't know.
Days.
And John's just like, what's the big deal? I go there like every other day.
But it's not a lie. That's not a lie.
Yeah, I don't know.
John, do you go there every weekend?
Every weekend I go to Disney. Whether it's like Disney Springs or the theme parks, I'm always at Disney. Yeah.
I don't blame you, man. Look, if I lived right over there, I'd be doing the same damn thing. So although I'm jealous, I am also happy that's what you're doing because you're living your best life. It would be wrong if you weren't doing that.
This is my best life. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, man. Dude, go pop into the multiverse real quick. Check out how shitty the other yous are.
Knott's Berry Farm. Ew.
Let's see. Eric, I figured I'd rehash this just for a moment since in case if you didn't hear it, although I think this comment came in before, but apparently it was due to the pandemic, which doesn't make much sense to me because it's animation, but apparently it was due to the pandemic that they didn't get the Gamora episode into this season. But again, they have definitely confirmed that that is something that they are continuing on with next season. So we will still see some resolution as to who that character is and the whole deal. I know the concept is that Iron Man, when he, in the first Avengers movie, when he like pushes the nuke through the portal, apparently this episode is saying, what if he didn't make it back through the portal? And then and then he basically ends up on Sakaar. I don't know how, but ends up on Sakaar, becomes like a warrior, and then Gamora simultaneously ends up, I guess, like handling Thanos to some extent, and then she goes to Sakaar for some other reason. I can't remember why, but they at least got that far. So that sounds interesting. I'm excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
They should put that like halfway in between seasons, like when they're like it is like a preliminary thing to season 2. That would make a lot more sense. And be like, hey, this is supposed to be out there anyway, so here you go.
Yeah, I like it.
But they would never do that, of course. Let's see. Joe, just throwing out real quick. Okay, guys, I'm going ahead to bed, but I just wanted to say that you're my bros and that this is the only video I clicked on where I was not sad to see, or where I was sad to not see Rick Astley speak to you guys soon, of course. What the Never Gonna Give You Up? Isn't that's him, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I don't get what
yeah, I'm not too sure. Are you saying you wish we Rick rolled you?
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna break you down, never gonna na 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 and hurt you. I can't remember the words right now. Oh gosh, all right. Let's see. Eric throwing in more stuff about some of the other shows. Loki and WandaVision are in my top 10 MCU projects. I'd say What If is pretty much right in the middle. Shang-Chi is near the lower. So he was just kind of clarifying what his list was in particular. Anthony throwing in, I think my favorite was the penultimate episode or the Doctor Strange episode. Tough to pick. Worst, he thinks, is Party Thor. Also, did we find it funny that they killed Tony Stark so many times? Oh, that I'll focus on that part of it. Dan, what do you think? Do you find it funny that they killed Tony Stark over and over, or what's up?
I was neutral. I don't care as much as people do. I didn't care. It's fine.
That was funny,
guys. Don't get me wrong. I like him. I don't love Tony Stark Iron Man as much as everyone else does. And I don't love the first movie as much as everyone else does either. Yeah.
Huh. Okay. John, what say you?
That say me. I know you're a Cap guy, Dan. I get it. I found it funny. I just found it funny. Like, dude, they killed Tony Stark and everything.
You know,
I guess that's his thing. That's his fate. He's supposed to die.
No, someone was bringing up a pretty solid point, and I don't know if this is why they decided to actually do it like this or not, but someone was bringing up that the reason why Tony Stark died in every universe, or the majority of them, was because they're trying to basically emphasize how important of a role he plays. That, look, dude, if Tony Stark's not around, look what the fuck happens. If his technology doesn't come into play, look what happens. And I guess if that's what they were trying to get across, then I could respect that, because that makes sense. He obviously is an enormous part of what drives the whole MCU forward, not just him.
Yeah.
So I guess if that I'm okay with that answer, kind of.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
If that's actually what it is, of course. Air Throne, so Phase 4 is a very mixed bag so far. I think this may change soon, but so far it is my least favorite phase. And you guys know this is coming from someone who is really enjoying it nonetheless. Guys, this actually I think is, I know we're focusing on what if here and everything, but this is not actually a bad thing to bring up. I'm very curious about this. Like, John, I'll start with you. What do you feel like, man? Because I think that this is something where it is a little bit weak in the sense of like it's ammo that it's coming with for Phase 4. So how do you feel about Phase 4 so far?
I think it's great. I don't like Black Widow. I think Black Widow was very weak. Black Widow should not have been a Phase 4 film. But I really like Phase 4, guys. I think right now, Phase 4 right now was better than when Phase 2 started out. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, Phase 3 is my favorite phase. I mean, that came out balls to the wall, guns blazing. So that's like my top phase is Phase 3, but I think Phase 4 is better than Phase 2 thus far.
Wow.
Thus far.
Now, do you think that's accredited to the shows as well as the movies?
Yeah, the shows really helped in that. I think that's why I'm liking it so much, because we're getting the first Marvel shows and they're all doing very, very good. People want to talk crap about, but the last episode of every show, oh, sorry, one episode out of a whole season is bad. Sorry, but it's still good, I really like these shows, and I really like Shang-Chi.
So this is the last thing that quickly, out of curiosity, before I flip it to Dan, if the shows were not part of this, if we're just talking movies, just for the heck of it, I know the shows are obviously definitely part of Phase 4, but if we're just talking movies, do you still feel the same?
No, because we're two movies in, and for Phase 2, it was Iron Man 3 and Thor: The Dark World versus Black Widow and Shang-Chi. Here's the thing. I like Shang-Chi, but Black Widow was that bad to me that I would probably give it to Phase 2.
All right, fair enough. Dan, what do you think, man? What are your thoughts on Phase 4 overall?
Yeah, I know I love Phase 4. A lot of it's attributed to the shows. And Shang-Chi, I love Shang-Chi. I don't know. And I like it better than Elite. I mean, probably even Phase 1. I know Phase 1 started it all, but really, you gotta think, other than Iron Man and Avengers, I mean, the other aren't amazing movies in the MCU. I do like them, but yeah, no, I'm really liking Phase 4. Phase 3 is, like John, is probably my favorite so far, though. Yeah,
I think that's almost, it's almost hard to go against that, right? You know what I mean? Like Phase 3, there's so much brought to that, and there's so much like culminating to that point that I think it is definitely difficult to say that there's something that's better than that at the moment. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's that I agree with you guys actually, though, very heavily. The one thing I'll mention is just that I do think that Phase 4 is lacking a little bit more than the rest of them, and it's only because Phase 4 is introducing so more newer elements, whereas the first three phases were completely building on top of one another. And it doesn't, I'm not saying this isn't continuously building, but this is really expanding more than it is building on top of what's there.
Yeah.
So I think because of that, it's just a little harder to get as excited. I did like Shang-Chi. I don't know how to feel about the Eternals overall, but I am excited to see it, right? I'm hoping for the best. But yeah, overall Phase 4, I agree, Eric, I think that was a good thing to bring up. It is definitely something that is, I'm back and forth on. Imagine RDJ and Peter Dinklage return and interacted as their characters. They're 2 months. I know. It would have been great. Yeah, this is something that, right? It would have been nice if they could just get everybody back. What do you guys say? As far as
I'm pretty sure they'll get Peter Dinklage in a What If episode.
That's just an odd, like an odd pairing. I know that you said they're your favorite actors, but like that's just an odd pairing, Those two characters.
Did you guys think that Mick Winger did a good Tony Stark impression?
Yeah, I think he did. I'm not gonna lie.
Because it was believable to me. That was something where it's like you could tell it's not Tony Stark. But as far as I've watched quite a few different animated series, where people are doing Iron Man. And it's funny, man, because now in every cartoon, it's just like, hey, can you just do Robert Downey Jr.? And that's all people try to do. So I do feel like out of all the people that try to do Robert Downey Jr.'s voice, he does a very believable one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see. I wanted to go ahead and also throw this up that because as far as still trying to get to the comments and everything. Nonetheless, I did actually want to say, since we got this out there before. So we were talking about what was your favorite episode. I just figured this could be another quick one that we could go through as far as what would be your least favorite episode, guys? Dan, what's your least favorite episode?
Probably Agent Carter. Yeah. The Killmonger one is probably second, and then Party Thor. Yeah.
John, I'm gonna guess yours is Captain Carter.
Yeah, no, mine's Captain Carter. I think that's the worst episode of the season. I didn't think it was a good episode at all. I thought it was. Yeah.
Watch it again. Are you gonna watch it again?
Maybe, because I really like What If, so I may watch it again. I don't think I'll like it still. I think I'll appreciate Captain Carter more, but I won't like the episode at all. I think, honestly, I think that the Agent Carter TV show that used to be on cable was better than the first episode of What If.
I watched the Agent Carter series, but I hear it's fine.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it at all either. Which is, again, I like her as a character, but yeah.
I watch any of the ABC shows because.
No, yeah, I definitely didn't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
With What If and the multiverse being a thing now, those are technically canon, right?
Oh yeah, I look at it as like even the fucking video games I consider canon at this point. You know what I mean? Because like everything is it's contained in its own universe, and there's literally an infinite number of universes. So why not? It's almost hard to excuse as why any of them couldn't be canon.
It's all about the sacred timeline. What's in the sacred timeline? But aside from that, yeah, it's everything's canon to the universe.
Yeah,
multiverse.
I would say exactly. I'm probably in the same boat with you guys. You know, overall, I think Captain Carter is probably the weakest one for me. The very close second was, I shouldn't say, I don't mean to be too harsh on it, but the Killmonger episode I didn't really care for either. Even the Party Thor one I could have a good time with and have fun with. But my gosh, the Killmonger one, it was just nothing but completely screwing people over left and right, and then led to nothing. Like there was nothing that it built up to. It was just like, here's 25 so minutes of Killmonger completely fucking everybody else over.
Yeah.
And actually back to the Peter Dinklage thing, I think his character was in the Party Thor episode.
Did he speak?
He didn't speak though, but I think that his character was in it. But I doubt.
Oh, he showed up? Actually, hold on. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, me either. Wow.
I thought it was.
Well, talking about Party Thor's episode, I think that's still one of the best animated episodes of the season. I love the animation in the Party Thor episode.
Yeah.
The fight between him and Captain Marvel was very, very nicely animated. Like when I go back and watch that, it's a short clip, but it's so well done. And I feel like it was done very accurately too. Like I think that's how they would actually fight. I could say that about all of the combat, all the fight scenes in that show were done in ways that I felt were very accurate.
Yeah.
If Peter Dinklage returns to what if he was actually his normal height and then created robots to destroy all mutants before Wolverine has to be sent back in time to stop him. I'm sleeping.
Oh my God, Joe.
So he's obviously crisscrossing into the X-Men universe there. I love it.
Arguably, Days of Future Past is one of the best superhero movies of all time.
Dude, it's quite possibly. Oh gosh, it's tough, but it's quite possibly my favorite X-Men movie.
Oh, not for me. It's number 2 under Logan.
Oh yeah, no, that's tough. That is tough. Oh my gosh. I think it's so Logan. It's of course it's an X-Men movie, so you can't not consider that. But I just consider it's a Wolverine movie, and I feel like those are almost because there's so many Wolverine movies that they're almost like their own separate subcategory. Whereas like X-Men movies overall, I look at it as where it's the culminated group. But no, that's a good point though. But yeah, if we're looking just the X-Men as a team, I like Days of Future Past.
Like I don't count Deadpool as. I know people count Deadpool as like the X-Men movies, but it's like, and yeah, he is, but like they're not really in it much.
I gotcha. Yeah. So I guess X-Men. Then yeah, my number one would be Days of Future Past.
Nice. Eric's throwing in. I can't wait for James Bond to be in What If. See, but this is my point, though, is like they could be like, what if Quantum Solace made sense? Or Quantum of Solace, I'm sorry. What if Quantum of Solace made sense?
That didn't make sense.
What if
There we go.
A good movie?
Yeah, what if Quantum of Solace was a good movie?
No, he said No Time to Die, Dan.
Oh, jeez.
I'm joking, Eric. I'm joking.
No, he's not, Eric. We all hated No Time to Die. No, we liked it.
No Time to Die is a good movie, Eric. It's just not the best.
I think I like it more than John and Jace.
Maybe, but and even with that, I can say I liked it.
Yeah, no, I definitely liked it too. The one I think the story was the only thing that was lacking, right? Without making this a whole James Bond No Time to Die discussion, story was lacking. Cinematography was very nice. The way it was shot and directed was great. The action was fantastic. Daniel Craig had a very good performance as James Bond. I think he's really. It's a shame that it always comes this way when the last one, but I think he really found his like swagger, if you will. And yeah, I liked it. I mean, it wasn't perfect. I think it maybe wasn't my favorite Bond film, but I liked it. Katie's throwing in, I would so fangirl if they did a Star Wars What If. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Yeah, no, Katie, right? We're right there with you. That, oh my gosh, I keep thinking of how many cool ass things they could do with Star Wars for this concept.
Guys, could you imagine? All right, really quick tangent, this like super quick. Qui-Gon doesn't die. He trains Anakin. Anakin doesn't turn evil. Anakin still meets Padme. They have a good balance there. They have Luke and Leia. Luke grows up, becomes a Jedi. Leia meets Han somehow still. They have a baby. They have Ben Solo. And then the scene happens where Luke is over Ben and sees the dark side in him. And instead of not killing Ben, he kills him. And Luke turns to the dark side. The end.
Not the end. What the fuck? You got to keep that going. What?
Season 2.
Oh man, I think right. That would. Oh my gosh, man. See, there's so
guys. I don't even know who Qui-Gon is.
What did you say? No.
For fuck's sake, Dan. Oh gosh, he
was Obi-Wan's master from episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Liam Neeson.
Yeah, Liam Neeson's character.
Okay.
People don't know Liam Neeson's.
Liam Neeson's.
Oh my! And of course, we had to have seen this coming. But this does also make sense. Like I would love to see. It probably actually wouldn't go that well. I mean, it probably wouldn't be that interesting. But like, what if the White Walkers won? What if? Spoiler alert! What if? No, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Actually, never mind. Retract the spoiler alert. I'm sorry. But like, what if certain characters, that's all I'll say, didn't die, and what if they, survived, right? So it could be there's a plethora of people that fit in that description. But right, what if this person didn't die and stayed and completed their mission or whatever? That would be a good one. I'm not gonna lie. Proving the point further, Eric, that this is a concept that could work for so many things. Joe, what if Darth Maul pursues his dream of opening a coffee shop on Tatooine instead of becoming a Sith? Hey, that's spoiler territory, man. All right, come on. People that haven't seen The Phantom Menace don't know that he just wanted to have a coffee shop.
He wanted a coffee shop, but within a plaza that he would make for himself called Darth Maul, Mall.
Oh my god, man. Oh my god. All right, let's see here. As far as when we were talking about with X-Men and everything, Drew just happened to be throwing in that he was just saying Logan is my favorite superhero movie of all time, which definitely I would say is pretty. It makes sense. It's plausible. Whoa. I apologize. I skipped not too much, but I realized that it skipped past some things and didn't want to skip past everything, at least not that much.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Wow. Weren't we talking about what if? Just, let's see.
The whole point of what if is that anything can happen.
That's true. That is true. John's confirming real quick. John C. I didn't die, man. I am beyond pleased that is the case. I'm not joking. Like seriously, I'm happy if you want to watch while you're driving, but more so listening because this is almost like podcast type material. Then yeah, like all good. But glad you're safe while driving. Eric's throwing in that he thinks that the Gamora episode could quite possibly be the best episode. Huh?
Maybe.
I mean,
I think the Gamora episode was supposed to be placed between the first episode of Infinite Ultron, then the Gamora episode, and then the season finale. I think that's what it was supposed to be like.
Yes. It makes the most sense placement-wise. Dan, would you agree?
Yes. Wait, I forgot. Did Zoe Saldana voice her?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't. At least I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Shoot. I'm pretty sure not. But anyway, I mean, what do you think, Dan? Do you think that would end up being quite possibly best episode? Do you feel like that's got a good premise to it?
Not the best, but yeah, no, I do feel like it would be good. It would be good. Yeah, no, I like that idea. Oh, I was gonna say something else.
It'll come back to you as soon as you don't think about it. Let's see. What if when Joe says he's going to bed, his body doesn't betray him and won't let him sleep, and now all I can think of is the Howard the Duck movie and duck breasts in the bath?
Joe, I think you were searching for the heart emoji.
Yes. That's very true, right? Not that. What is that? The puking and crying? No, that's the wrong stuff, man. It's not what you're looking for. Eric was agreeing with you, John, and throwing in that he thinks that phase 1 is. Wait, were you saying about phase 1? No, phase 3. I'm sorry, but phase 1 at least still that he thinks is superior. Wow, hold on. This is a little bit of a switch up because Dan, you were saying that you didn't like it too much, so I guess maybe I'm curious on your thoughts about this. So he thinks that those are among the best, but specifically Iron Man, Captain America 1, and Avengers 1. So Dan, you threw out about Iron Man and Avengers. Do you also think the first Captain America is like held up there in that same regard?
I like the first Captain America more than most, but I feel like no, not to a lot of people, you know. No, I do like it more than most, but I don't know. I don't think it's not to me one of the best, but because I love the character so much, I'm probably hold it up on a higher pedestal.
That's fair.
Wait, so this is something
yeah.
Why did, other than because we've been watching their episodes this whole time, why would the Watcher choose this group of heroes? There's some humans in there. Why would he choose this group to try to beat Ultron? You know,
I just think everything is a big major like what if a big like why? Because he knew that those are the only people that could do it. That's why.
I know, but come on, I agree with Dan though. Like, look, you know damn well that the only reason that those were the people is because those were the people that we followed in the show. But like, was that actually the best choice? Like, I'm not. I think that people have said something, and it's the only part I could agree with is that he wanted to pick a group that Ultron would underestimate, and it's like, okay, that's fair, you know. Because like when Natasha finds the arrow with Arnim Zola, I don't even think if that was like, let's say, a more powerful character, I think Ultron would be so focused on them that they wouldn't have even had the time to get the arrow and come up with that plan of what to do. So in that regard, I can understand. But don't get me wrong, Dan, I'm right there with you. You know, that's why I said it in my specific review of the season finale. I'm like, what about a fucking army of Captain Marvels or an army of Thors? Or, I mean, seriously, like, you're dealing with something that is literally the end of everything potentially. Like even the Watcher who says, I've seen everything and everything that it could be. And then he says, but what the hell was that? And if it's going to make you as the being that you are with the power that you have that unsure of what's going on, don't you want to be like more than prepared? Even if you feel like this is the right group of people, can't you just pull like an infinite amount of Star-Lord T'Challa's and an infinite amount of Strange Supreme? I mean, there's got to be more.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me at all.
I know, John. I know.
That's my answer to why you didn't well, both of you didn't really understand the end credit scene, like, because it's what if, because like so we haven't seen why that happened yet, you know. That's my thing with the after. I didn't love the after credit scene either, so don't get me wrong, I'm not, but I just didn't see that it was that unrealistic that Steve could be in there. But until you guys explain it to me, then it makes more sense, because he didn't have the Winter Soldier serum. He was skinny as heck, and yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, you just got to follow the rules of the universe, and that's what I do. Like I'm just following the rules of the universe, and that's why did the Watchers pick these people? Well, with the rules of the universe, because anything is possible, and he probably first saw that these are the only people that could. But then when it comes to the end credit scene of Steve following the rules of the universe, it wouldn't make sense because he didn't have the super soldier serum and this and that. And that's why.
Yeah. It's a good point. It's a good point. You know what else is a good point? God damn it, John! Watch Game of Thrones.
I'm like 2 episodes into Squid Game, so I'm there.
No, hey, and that is a commitment when you get to it. Also, I didn't want to disregard the last comment that was up before, Katie. Yes, Days of Future Past is a great movie. It's why I wanted to throw it up there and give that acknowledgement and everything. But yeah, John, especially since House of the Dragon is going to be, getting to us sooner than later, dude, you should. Man, you and Francis should just like make it a pact and just like get on Game of Thrones.
I know, man. I might right before. I mean, next year I'm more excited for the Lord of the Rings series than I am for Game of Thrones.
I'm curious. I'm curious how that's going to be.
Yeah.
Ooh, a familiar name here, John.
Ooh, what's up? What up?
Hey.
All right, Angel. And Angel, you know what? You're going to help me out a lot here because since you happen to be the brother of one of these people on the stream, I don't have other transition to get into this, so I will just go ahead and use that as my way to do this. Guys, we are probably going to be wrapping this up in a little bit here, but not, I would say, at this exact moment. I just kind of wanted to throw that out there as a preface, but I will say this. Although we may not be ending the stream quite this moment, we will have someone that is exiting at this particular point, and please don't judge him for doing so. It's for good reasons, right? But I will go ahead and give them the screen for just a quick moment because I feel like it's fitting, and also while I'm doing that, let me go ahead and whoop bam.
Whoa!
And whoop bam. John, feel free, man, shout yourself out. Thank you so much for being here. What do you got to say, bud?
Whoop bam. That's my DC name.
Wabam.
Wabam. Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Jonathan. I'm a man of movies. And if you haven't already, check out my channel. I have some reviews up already. I have some trailer reactions up. And I'm really excited because coming this week, I have something that I've been working on for a day now. I'm going to be working on it tonight as well, which is why I have to leave a little early. I have a short film that I made with my wife that is combined with a actual trailer reaction to the Scream trailer that released yesterday. I'm trying to test my filmmaking skills here, so I'm excited to see what the outcome is. That aside, fun time tonight, guys, and I can't wait to watch you guys end this stream.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Damn it. All right,
John.
That's looking all weird. Okay, there we go. Well, anyway, thank you very much for being here, John. I appreciate you, bud. You go ahead. You wake back up. You work on that Scream thing that you got going on. Short film trailer reaction. I'm seriously excited. Jokes aside, guys, please go check that out. Go, if you haven't already, check out Man of Movies. Just because for good content in general, but then also be on the lookout for that new short film that he's got. And he's put a lot of hard work into it. I haven't even seen a bit of it, and I already know that it's worth watching. And maybe, just maybe, the other two people on the stream here, myself and the Upside Dan, you never know. We might be in it to some extent. I'm saying it that ridiculous on purpose. So anyway, won't hold you any longer. John, thank you so much for being here, bro. Go ahead, have a great rest of the night. Good luck with the editing, and hope that goes well. And we'll talk to you soon.
Bye, John.
Bye, Diane.
Whoop. Nice. I always forget that he can just do that himself.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, like I said, we'll go on for a little bit longer because I see that we've got some more comments, and Alicia's kind of curious of a couple more questions to throw our way. So, Dan, I appreciate you hanging out with me until we decide to fully wrap this up.
Yes.
How you feeling, Dan?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
You're feeling yes? Sorry, I just thought that was perfect. How you feeling? Yes. Hey, do you find this to be a hot take, Dan? Katie's throwing out that she thinks Tony Stark is overrated. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't love him. I do like him a lot. I just don't love him as much as everyone else does. I do like him a lot, though. I like everyone, though. I don't know, not everyone, but like, I don't know. If I had Funko Pops of the Marvel, I would have all the main heroes. Yeah, so I don't know. I do.
Well,
like
and she
him.
is clarifying. She's saying she does like Tony Stark, not necessarily anything against him, but I think she's just more so saying that Captain America, right? She's thrown out there as her favorite. That totally makes sense. Look, I think the reason why he could be looked at as overrated is just because he is become so popular for that role. And I think anytime something reaches a certain level of popularity, it just kind of gets this negative attachment of, oh, it's overrated now. Too many people like it, so it's overrated. But I could see where obviously that's not what people are thinking, right? I'm not assuming that everybody that doesn't like him or thinks it's overrated is falling in that category. But it does feel like it happens to things that are only a certain level of popularity. At the end of the day, I think he deserves to be overrated by some people, if you will. I think he gave a hell of a performance. You could always argue that he's just being Robert Downey Jr., but I think that it embodies in matches what Tony Stark should be so much that I think that's why people are so cool with it. It fits. It fits really well. That was clearly the role of his career. And although he's done good in plenty of other things, he was definitely made for that. That's without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And Eric's saying he's up there, maybe a second favorite. I'll take it.
Wait for Tony Stark. Oh
yeah.
Oh
yeah, for Tony Stark being as far as like I guess MCU actors overall. My second favorite MCU character is Black Panther T'Challa. Ooh, Katie, I'm curious. If you've seen the series, do you happen to? I always find this to be an interesting one. Do you prefer T'Challa as Black Panther, or do you prefer the Star-Lord version of T'Challa? What do you think, Dan?
yeah, I think it's also tougher because you've seen a movie of Black Panther. You've seen him in Civil War. You've seen him in more stuff as Black Panther, and that's what he for more, obviously. But I don't know. I mean, Black Panther, T'Challa is up there for me too, as one of my favorites. I really like the movie. It's probably my top 10 MCU movies. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I love both of them because I really liked T'Challa as Star-Lord. When I first heard it, but no, I don't know. I like it, which is the point.
It's tough, man. It's really tough to say. I would argue this as much as I love him as Star-Lord. I would argue that I like him as T'Challa more, or like specifically Black Panther. I guess just because I think he just that is such an ideal selection. He is such a good casting role in that. I mean, again, even though as Star-Lord he still is T'Challa. And I guess that you could say it's still why it fits so well. But nonetheless, just him specifically as the Black Panther is very much what I would kind of picture in the movies and everything. So that's why I was so happy when he was able to be in that role. And I'm glad at least we got a chance to enjoy as much of him as we did.
Me too.
Like I might have a bit of a man crush on Tony Stark. Oh my gosh, Eric. Oh my gosh.
What about James Bond, Eric? Oh, never mind. Pretend I didn't say that.
I got a little bit of a Dan. Oh my gosh, I was gonna say a Dan crush. Man crush on Daniel Craig. That would be interesting to say the least. Can't imagine that'd be the case. Tony Stark makes sense, right? He's got the typical playboy look, if you will, as he describes himself. That's his own description there.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm apologize. I'm trying to multitask as best as I can. We got a really good conversation going on as far as in the chat here. A lot of stuff happening. Yes, I said that way on purpose. Happening. Eric was throwing out, since we just happen to be talking about this. Oh my God, John, the Lord of the Rings series won't be as good as Game of Thrones. I'm calling it. Amazon is good, but it's not HBO. I mean,
Eric, you're
look,
biased.
but I agree with him. I don't think that the Lord of the Rings series is gonna.
Well,
It's weird because you shouldn't have to compare them, but I don't think it's going to be on that same level.
I don't think it will be either. Of course, I'm not I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings fan, but yeah, I don't think it'll be as good. But I think it'll be good. I probably not unless I watch the movies and love them before that. Yeah, I probably won't watch it. But
When are you gonna rewatch Lord of the Rings, Dan?
I don't know. I need like 9 hours, 10 hours. Yeah. That's the problem. Is I need to watch 3.5 hour movies, 4.5. I think some of them. I have to watch that. And
But remember, Rick was saying don't bother with the director's cut or the extended version or whatever yet. He was like, just watch the theatrical versions.
I'm glad he said that because I thought I was doing it right by doing the extended version first. Yeah.
Which I don't blame you. I think that most people, yeah, they would think that.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it's something we get around to soon.
This is kind of random, but in What If, I loved that throughout it. You'll see the Watcher in the background. I thought that was really cool animation. I just really liked it. It was cool. I know that's random, but it has to do with What If.
Exactly. No, and I agree, man. I actually, I like how they slowly incorporated him in. You know what I mean?
Because you don't see him as much. You don't see him, and then as it goes on, yeah.
Actually, yeah, no, because do you see him at all in the first episode?
Other than his like little intro talking, you don't even see him as a baby. I don't think not a baby, but he looks like a big baby. But
he does, man. He does look like a big baby.
But
oh.
you don't see him in full color. I don't think until not even the second episode. I think I'm not sure though. I could be wrong. But as the series goes on, you see him in more scenes in each episode, I think.
Yes, and I do agree. That is a very, very nice inclusion, and I love how it starts off. Yeah, it's very subtle, and then it's not really until the Strange Supreme episode that it's like acknowledged more, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, because Doctor Strange acknowledges him personally, but yeah, it's like it kind of creeps up to that. And then all of a sudden is like, like, whoa, hold on. Someone can acknowledge it. And then, yeah, even the episodes afterwards, it's just like kind of lightly placed in, but it's always done well. Like you'll just see the car driving by and then him standing in the background. I love that type of stuff. It's a nice little addition.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Oh, let's see. We got a couple people saying good night to John and everything, but I thought this one was just funny. I was going to click on it real quick. John, you better be leaving early to watch Game of Thrones. At least Katie's saying goodnight to John. Anthony saying goodnight to everyone, which I'm guessing that Anthony, that means you're leaving. So if that's the case, if you still happen to be seeing this part, take care, Anthony.
Anthony, goodbye. It's only 8:45 though.
That's true. I mean, it's true, right? What are you doing, Anthony? Come on. Nah, I know.
Good night.
Question for Dan. Thoughts on Will Poulter as Adam Warlock?
I like Will Poulter a lot. I think he is a good actor. He wasn't who I was picturing. I know little to nothing about the comics though, but I just looked up Adam Warlock's picture and everything. And I think that Jace, I think you even agreed. And John said Zac Efron would have been a good choice. And after looking at Adam Warlock's picture, I actually think that he would have been a really good choice. But I'm curious about Will Poulter because I do really like him as an actor.
And that's where I have a tough call because I'm right there with you. I do like him as an actor, but I can't get over the fact that physically speaking, and I'm not going to try and hold it against him. I'm still going to, I'm excited to see what they do, but physically speaking, he just does not represent at all what I think Adam Warlock would be. Adam Warlock has always been, and I get it. Most superheroes are like, they're like put out with like the very buff and big and Superman-esque looking and stuff like that. So I get it. Not everyone has to be just like that, but nonetheless, it's not even like reminiscently close. Like he looks like a teenage, like Spider-Man teenage version of Adam Warlock that like maybe before he's really grown into his full self. I don't know.
I could see that. And I agree. I think because Will Poulter's just not. He's just skinnier. Yeah, I do agree. But like I said, I didn't know much about really him as a character. But I think Zac Efron would have been just so good, and I wouldn't have mind. Will Poulter could be in something else. Well, he's already Adam Warlock, so we can't change that. But Will Poulter, I would have loved to see in the MCU. But yeah, I don't know if he fits.
Oh
yeah.
I think. Yeah, actually, that's a tough one. I don't know who he would be best as. That actually would be like a really interesting thing to think about. Of like maybe who he'd quote unquote fit better as. I mean,
Yeah.
I say quote on purpose because it's up for opinion. But yeah, it'd be interesting because I agree. I think he'd be good as something. I think I could almost picture just about anybody at this point, right, in the MCU, because almost everybody wants to be a part of it. I mean, you got now even Salma Hayek and Angelina Jolie are in here for Christ's sakes. So
yeah, I'm on the same page. I like anyone that I love in the MCU, or that I even like remotely. Anyone could be in the MCU.
Definitely, man. No, without a doubt. Eric was throwing in, yeah, Daniel Craig I might have a bit of a man crush on too, especially as Bond. He's the best Bond. I just had to pull that up because we were talking about it, and I couldn't believe that he said that. All right, Eric. I guess I can't blame you because I know you well enough at this point. It would be surprising if you didn't feel that way.
Yeah.
Oh, he's saying, and Peter Dinklage.
Oh, Peter. I don't know.
And Kit Harington. Those are his top 4 man crushes.
I don't know about.
Oh gosh. What about you? Don't like yourself some Kit Harington, man?
No, Kit Harington, yes. No, I don't know about Peter Dinklage.
As far as a man crush?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But great actor, though. Great actor. I have a hard time saying anything about that subject in its entirety other than, like I said, I don't know. Tony Stark's got that swagger to him, so I could understand that part.
Yeah.
These Eric was throwing. Honestly, Disney Plus has probably come the closest in terms of production value, but still not quite HBO quality, in my opinion. Yeah, I guess, HBO does have a very cinematic type of production quality to them. And I think that's because they just don't crank out as much content as Disney. I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, Dan, would you say agree in the sense of like that part of the reason as to why?
I mean, in some variations. Like I could see the Mandalorian on HBO Max. I could see the similarities to something on HBO Max with the Mandalorian but I don't know. Yeah, I think that HBO just seems so, like you said, cinematic. It just seems so epic. It just seems like that every show on there is amazing, but it should be amazing. They're not all amazing, but it just feels more epic.
It does. Yeah, there's something about it. But nonetheless, I agree. That's actually a really good example, though. Mandalorian's probably one of the top examples of it's because that really feels like a long Star Wars movie. Like it does not feel like a show as far as how it's filmed, everything about it. It just gets more in depth with stuff. But yeah, that's a really good example there. Drew was throwing out that at least Will Poulter being fantastic in Maze Runner, and I think this is just kind of confirming her point. Like he's definitely a good actor all around.
And I love Where the Millers is one of my favorite comedies. So yeah.
No, 100%, right? He did a good job. So we got agreements there as far as Maze Runner. I agreed. I have not seen Maze Runner, but Dan, I have definitely seen We're the Millers, and I'm right there with you. I think he's hilarious in that movie.
Oh, Jace, the Maze Runners are pretty good. They're not amazing movies, but the first and the third.
I think I've seen like half of the first one, and it's because there's something that I remember about it, but not a lot. I don't really remember in depth much of anything. So, yeah, I don't know. But I'm down to watch it. Right, I would watch it, and then like you said, I would go into it expecting that hey, this is probably not going to be the greatest thing ever, but something enjoyable.
Yeah.
Let's see, John. Thanks for chiming back in with the chat, even though he took off. Look at that, editing and chatting at the same time, my man. I think Will Poulter is going to get into shape for sure. look, man, this is all I'll say. And Dan, tell me if you agree with this or not. I think the sad thing is, even if he got into shape because of it's just his physicality. It's nothing against him. It's just the way he's built. I just don't see it.
Yeah, he wouldn't still be like big enough to be
Right.
that. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Even in good shape, I don't think he would be
Man,
that.
I don't know.
What if he live action watcher?
Oh man, that's actually, dude. So you know what's funny is like unless Jeffrey Wright like shaved his facial hair and then was. Could you imagine Jeffrey Wright like as a live action watcher
So I don't know.
making his head all big and shit like that? It'd be hilarious, man. I wouldn't even know how to react.
No.
But I'm sure they'll probably. I mean, they've shown live action watchers before, because right, the watcher being like part of. So his name's actually shoot. They just say he's the watcher, but like they're a species. They're a race of beings. There's more than one watcher. And he's specifically. I'm surprised they never said this, and maybe they're trying to not have him be this specific one. But to my understanding, that's Uatu. It's Uatu, and he's just basically the main watcher that is like the one that sometimes gets involved with stuff, right? Where he like cares enough to where he gets involved. So I'm not sure because they never confirmed that. He just obviously says I'm the watcher. But I'm curious if like they would.
Wait, when was all this?
Wait, when was all what?
You said that there have been live action.
Oh, dude, there was a movie where oh my god, I can't remember which one, but it's like an after credit scene, I think, and Stan Lee is there with the other members of the Watchers.
Yes.
And they're all standing there, and he's like telling them a story.
Okay, I didn't realize that was the Watchers. Okay, yeah, I remember that. I think it might have been a Guardians of the Galaxy end credit scene. I don't remember.
I think so. Yeah, I think it might have been like the second one that maybe was the end of.
Maybe, yeah.
If anyone happens to know, go ahead, pop into the chat.
Didn't Rocket? They were going really quick through the galaxy, and they saw him before the mid-credit scene. So I think they saw him during the movie. I thought they did.
Huh? I don't know.
They saw Stan Lee in an astronaut.
Yeah. Wait, did they see him before that?
I just know that because Guardians of the Galaxy 2 cut out of my theater like at that moment.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough. We got the next thing that's on here real quick. Nassim was just throwing out that she agrees about the HBO quality, which definitely seems to be pretty fitting, right? Just because the fact there's something about that they always, I think it's just the budget that they put behind it, but there's something to say about the quality that goes into HBO in its totality.
Yeah.
And then she happens to be asking, how do you guys feel about Robert Pattinson as Batman? You know what's funny is I had a feeling that this was going to be coming up. Me personally, I am more excited than anything else. I am not one of those people that's just like, oh, he's the guy from Twilight. He can't be Batman. Like, I get where people are coming from, and I'm not gonna lie, that was one of my first thoughts was like, oh shit, the Twilight guy. But I've never even seen Twilight, nor do I plan on it. I don't know. That's up for discussion. But anyway, right, I'm not too sure. But that aside, right, and jokes aside, he seems to have proven himself to be a very worthwhile actor. Like, he seems to have some good acting chops. And because of that, I am at least excited to see what he could bring to the table. Yeah. I don't know what to expect. I am not going to go ahead and be like, oh, man, dude, he's going to be an amazing Batman. I don't know. I hope he is, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm so I used to, I'm sorry, I used to like Twilight. I wasn't going to admit it on things, but I will admit it. I used to be really into Twilight in my high school years or whenever that was. And now I'm very ashamed of that I have, because it's not good. But yeah, no, he wasn't great. None of that. No one was really great in that. Anna Kendrick I love though, but because she came from that. I think she came from that. I don't think she was in anything before that. But Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson are actually both pretty good actors. Outside of that, Robert Pattinson Tenet I thought he was really good in that. Lighthouse he was really good in. Good Time is such a good movie if you haven't seen it. And I haven't seen it, but there's High Life. I haven't seen it yet though, but I hear he's good in that. So I have hope that he'll be good, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Lighthouse, I really want to see. Like I've been dying to see that. I mean, and I'd say it's a mixture of things. It just looks interesting in general, and then also like I love Willem Dafoe.
Yes,
so like, and it's just it seems like that's the type of movie that like really just I don't know. The trailer I saw it just seems like it brought out such a good performance from both of them.
Yeah, definitely. It's a weird movie, but most A24 movies are.
Oh shit! You know what I did? Actually, it's a good point. I remember knowing that before, but you just like reminded me. I forgot that was an A24 movie.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then Lamb is too, right?
Lamb is, yep.
Okay. Sorry, that was just me thinking real quick as far as different ones. Dan, I'm going to ask you to do the briefest of favors. Don't worry, I don't mean to throw this at you for like a long thing here, but I thought maybe since you are more familiar with Will Poulter things, you could kind of speak on this. And I promise to be back within a flash, even though we're talking about Marvel stuff. So I promise to be back within a Quicksilver, though that doesn't sound as. Be right back.
Will Poulter. So, that's a good question. I think We're the Millers. I think I enjoy it more than the Maze Runner movies, but I really like the Maze Runner movies. Yeah, so I would say We're the Millers, and I'm gonna say the Maze Runner movies as one because some of it could fall into spoiler territory. So, but and then the Maze Runner series. So I think I'm trying to think about what else I've seen him in, and I don't think I know We're the Millers and the Maze Runners, the ones that he is in, and what else is he in? I don't. Yeah, I can't. What else is he in? Yeah, I don't know. So those two, I guess, were really the main ones. So yeah, I'm a big fan of We're the Millers. I have been since like the first time I saw it. I love it. It's so funny. If you have not seen We're the Millers, definitely go check it out. And the Maze Runner movies are pretty good. They're not amazing, but Maze Runner 1 and 3 especially, I think, are really good. The second one, Scorch Trials, kind of drags for a little bit, but it's still an okay movie. But I think Maze Runner 1 might be my favorite to go out of the trilogy. And then yeah.
Abe.
Yay.
Did you properly rank Will Poulter movies?
Well, I don't know. I really only know We're the Millers and the Maze Runner movies. I'm trying to think of anything else.
I thought you just listed like a couple of. Oh wait, no, that was Robert Pattinson. Yeah. Okay.
He was. Oh shoot, what was he just in? And then I saw. Midsummer as well, but he was kind of wasted there. Yeah, he wasn't much. Didn't do much in Midsummer. Midsummer was probably my performance-wise least favorite of those. I like Midsummer though. It's a long movie. But then again, so most A24 movies are.
I'm very curious to see that. That one sounds weird.
Yes, it's a weird one, and there's a very graphic scene. A few, but there's some graphic scenes.
Well, at least we'll keep that as far as for another day, another stream to talk about. Once it's been seen, maybe we'll talk about that. Eric throwing out HBO Max isn't quite as good as just normal HBO. I'm going to heavily disagree with that, my man. Like, severely and heavily disagree with that on all regards. Like, HBO Max is everything that HBO is, and then some, bro. Like, if you like HBO, then you will absolutely fucking fall in love with HBO Max. You would think that I work for somewhere that happens to deal with something that I won't say anything past that point. But anyway, no, I'm not joking. So like that stuff aside, personal feelings, HBO Max just has so much more to offer. It's if you like Game of Thrones, Sopranos, Entourage, any of the other, I'm trying to think like the biggest name shows from HBO. Like it has all of that stuff. Wait, yeah, what? True
True
what
Blood.
was it? Yeah, True Blood, exactly. So all that stuff is on there, but then it has literally like way more, like the movies that are coming out at the same, like in theaters that are being released at the same time as HBO Max. The fact that they have different hubs on there, like, yo, there's a whole DC hub on there where it has like everything DC related, which I know this is a Marvel related stream, but I'm sorry, it came up. So come on.
HBO Max, now only $12.99 a month. I actually do not know if that's $12.99 or I don't know. But
I'm pretty sure it's $15 a month.
Okay.
Anyway, aside from HBO Max, I could keep going on about it. Batman might be my most anticipated movie now that No Time to Die is out of the way. Holy shit! Really, Eric?
So glad No Time to Die is out of the way. No. Wait, is House of Dragons gonna be an HBO Max? I know it's HBO, but is it HBO Max, not HBO? Right?
No, it's a good question. As far as I know, oh geez, I don't know actually. I think it's just an HBO thing, so it will be on HBO Max. But I think that's just in general. Like even if you just have the regular HBO channels, you'll still be able to see that.
I feel like now they should just make it one or the other. I don't know. But then again, if you don't have HBO Max, then and you just have HBO for some reason.
Exactly. Sorry, hold on. I lost my.
What if everyone on this stream got HBO Max after this?
You could do a free trial with them, just like you could with anybody else.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Hold on. I think. Wait. Is this where I was at? Yes. Okay. I think. I'm sorry. I know I breezed past some stuff. One of the only A24 movies I've liked, probably my favorite one I've seen. And wait. Oh, wait. One of the only A24. They were talking about. I'm sorry. Lighthouse. He was saying Lighthouse, and then as well as Green Knight. Wait, Dan, didn't you see Green Knight?
Yeah, I didn't like it. It's probably my least favorite. Oh no. It Comes at Night was not good. That's my least favorite A24 film. Green Knight. It looks amazing. It's beautiful. I just was kind of bored during it. It's probably my second least favorite, but that's not saying much because I like most A24 movies I've seen, and I have not seen them all though. But
I feel like I got to see more of them because they always sound so ridiculously interesting as far as the premise. I don't know what to think of now that like because you and Sean don't really care for Green Knight and that's disappointing. I still want to see it though.
yeah,
it's. And I don't know, like I'm sure maybe who knows that I might not like it either, but nonetheless, it seems still at least interesting enough to check out.
Yeah, John didn't really like it either. I don't think.
Wow, shoot!
He was saying it.
Yep, John. For the love of God, if you don't start watching Game of Thrones, we are going to raise hell. We are going to petition watching your short film. I'm just joking. No, we're not. We're totally going to go watch that.
Thanks.
But wait, as far as I want to see your reviews on it, I think Frances mentioned that she's interested in watching it. Oh man, John, she's even pulling wifey into it now. It's not avoidable. At this point, there's no giving up. We're going to make a petition for Man of Movies to see Game of Thrones, and we will officially make it that he'll be known as a Game of Thrones guy instead of a Saw guy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Why, Eric? He's saying Jace don't watch Midsommar? Midsommar?
No, not like that. I didn't mean it like that. But I don't know. He just doesn't like Midsommar. I don't know. It's not for everybody. It's not that scary though. But there's a graphic scene.
Does it involve sex?
So there's a graphic sex scene and a not too graphic, but and then a graphic violent scene.
Huh.
Yeah.
Like people getting beat up.
So someone jumps off a cliff and you basically see their body. You see it hit the ground and you see it hit the rocks and everything. And you see it. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't cut away.
Yeah. It's in I believe so. And then I know they go up close and you could see it's gross.
Dang.
But
Dang.
So this is, I love how we're not staying on What If, but
yeah, I know.
but look at this cool. This is the director's cut of Midsommar, collector's set from A24. I haven't watched the director's set yet. I haven't watched the director's cut yet, but this is a really cool set, and I love it.
That wasn't say it looked like a pretty cool box set there.
Yeah. What if Dan married his Midsommar box set?
What if Drew liked Midsommar because it looks like he thinks it's awful?
Yeah, no, it's a bore. It's not for everybody. Oh God.
The way you said that. Oh God.
Guys, it's Wednesday the 13th, but
yes. Oh man, where's Brah Dan?
Brah. What's up?
What's up, brah? I think this is this has to be in regards to Robert Pattinson. I said to Jace the Twilight Boy, yes, you did, Nassim, and I know because that's what I was refer to him as the same thing.
Nassim, do you watch Twilight?
She's seen Twilight. She's also a bit disappointed that I don't seem keen on watching it ever. I don't know what to say, babe, other than the fact of it just doesn't seem to appeal to me. I remember so vividly that I saw a clip of a Twilight movie because, oh my gosh, what was it? It was years ago at an MTV Movie Awards that I was watching it on TV, and they were like, we have a new exclusive clip from the new Twilight. I have no idea which one it was, and I frankly don't care. But it was, I'm not joking, like the worst snippet / preview that they could have shown, because it was a scene, not a trailer. It was like a bit of a scene. And it was just like two guys, don't know who they were. Again, not sure if I care. I think one of them was Taylor Lautner, I think. But it was like, they literally just stood there inside of some building. Both of them had their shirts off, of course. And like Taylor Lautner was just like, something, something, something. And then threw the guy across the room. And it looked fake as fuck. And then the other guy, after he got thrown across the room, stood back up. And then he was like, something else. And then he threw Taylor Lautner across the room. And that's all it was like they just said some shitty lines and then threw each other across the room. And then just waited for the other guy to say a shitty line and throw them across the room.
That's all the movies. So I don't know. No, but yeah, I don't remember that though. But yeah, no, that probably happened though. Yeah.
What's it? So what are you saying, Eric? No, I mean the show's made for HBO Max. I mean, but don't air on HBO. Are not as good. Wait.
So he's saying HBO Max originals are not as good as.
Oh, okay. I think that I could agree with. That'll be told more over time. I think that one of maybe the and this is just hope. They've talked about that they're making a Green Lantern show, and I think that hopefully is gonna be brought up on par with that same cinematic quality and kind of done well. But obviously, I could be extremely wrong. Live action DC is a bit of a fucking toss up in the air at this point.
And I need them to make more Harry Potter stuff. So. More Wizarding World stuff, I should say. I don't care if it's connected to Harry Potter or not. I mean,
would you rather they make more? Well, you just mentioned, if it's not connected to Harry Potter, because would you rather do like more of that, like with like his kids or something like that, or would you rather see more of the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them?
I think Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them should have been a show. At least the Fantastic Beasts portion. So the Grindelwald stuff that could have been movies.
Mm-hmm.
But now you put yourself in a hole where you have to include Newt Scamander because he's the Fantastic Beasts guy. And he did have a part to do with that whole fight thing. But But I don't know. I would have loved to see him collecting the beast though throughout. And then I have ideas for an origin story of Tom Riddle, Voldemort. I have ideas for stories that don't have to do with Harry Potter at all and are other schools or something. Or yeah, so I don't know. I have a lot of ideas. I don't know why they're not. I wish they would do what they're doing in Marvel and Star Wars for Harry Potter. Oversaturate us.
It's true. Oversaturation. It's like the most sought after thing in the market now is how do we just give everybody everything?
Yep.
Yeah. It looks, and it, just to clarify, I'll fly through these because like these are just all Eric here, so he's clarifying as far as I know. Everything on HBO is on HBO Max, but I mean the stuff that's actually meant. So Dan, you were completely right. He's saying just right HBO Max specific content, not on the same level. That, like I said, is much more understandable. He's saying The Green Knight, I didn't love it, but liked it more than most A24 shows. Wait, movies. I'm sorry, not shows.
He didn't like
No, wait, what were you saying, Dan? That he didn't like what?
Hereditary though. So
Oh, wait, but you like Hereditary a lot, right? That you think that's one of the
Hereditary is a lot of people's like favorite, like they love it. A24 film. It is a good one. It's a really good one.
I think that as soon as that you mention it, I can remember even other people that's not like part of the squad or in the film community, if you will. I've heard other people say a similar thing where they're like, yeah, that one's just like, oh my gosh, all sorts of crazy.
Yeah.
It's just not healthy to take in your psyche, is what I would say about Ari Aster movies. Is it Ari Aster? Ari Aster? Even if they were well made.
So, Hereditary and Midsommar are Ari Aster films.
Okay. Yeah, because not all A24 is him. He's just like one of their guys.
No, they did Hereditary and Midsommar. Yeah. Went out. Yeah, I don't know.
What is it? But Jace, I know you're not a lightweight like me when it comes to horror movies, so you'd probably be fine. Yeah, you know what? And I will say this, just real quick, as a side note from all this. I used to not be that way. I used to be horrible with horror movies when I was younger. Dan, the same way.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I don't know what it was. I don't even know what the turning point was either, because it wasn't like something specific. It wasn't a specific movie or I don't know what it was. There came a point in my life where for some reason the horror elements or scary elements to movies became more intriguing to me than they did become like actual, oh God, that's scaring the shit out of me. So there's still some things that spook me, but for the most part, it's like it's not that way as much anymore. It's much more just interesting of like, whoa, what the fuck is going on here? How did they think of that? This is a crazy concept. Dan, do you get easily spooked by movies?
Yes, but I love them, so it's hard. I actually until recently, I used to, if I'm watching a scary movie at home, I look up the jump scare times and like keep that open to make sure when I'm coming up to a jump scare. I don't do that anymore, and it's weird. Well, it's not weird because it makes sense, but I never did that with theater movies. So when I went to see a theater horror movie, I do that because I'm not going to remember, so I have to check multiple times when I'm at home. I'm not going to remember the time. I'm not going to know the times, so it doesn't matter. And I can't check them at the movie theater, so I'm fine with that for some reason. But now I don't do it at all. I just go with the flow. Yeah,
I don't blame it. Yeah, jump scares are something that, look, even in the shittiest of horror movies, a jump scare could possibly be effective.
Yeah,
I think that's why so many people use them, is because they know that this is something that could work. If nothing else got us to, or got someone to be scared, this for sure is going to at least make them like, whoa, shit, for a moment. I hate those.
Yeah.
I hate those. The more that I think about it, unless it has a purpose, I can't stand jump scares. Twilight's one of the only DVDs I've ever gotten rid of. Oh, shit.
But Eric,
Dan, do you have the Twilight DVDs?
I do not anymore.
Did you get rid of them too?
Oh, well, some of them might be out there because I'm getting rid of a bunch of DVDs. I don't know. But I low-key wanted that Target Steelbook set. It's a really good set, and I know that I don't even like them anymore, but it's to show off what I used to love. I don't know, or something like that. Not love, but I used to really like them for some reason. Yeah. Yeah.
So you're getting some agreement there when it comes to the Harry Potter side of things. And there's also a conversation of some Twilight stuff going on as far as which is the best. I'll let you guys be the judge of that in the chat. Don't feel bad that it's not as far as coming up here. Just you guys can amongst yourself discuss. I just don't have a proper opinion to throw into the mix.
Is Nassim talking about it?
A little bit. They're basically, I'll at least acknowledge this. Katie and Nassim seem to be in agreement that Breaking Dawn Part 2 is up there, if not the best, when it comes to the Twilight series. And I guess that's all I get. I have no opinion on that at all. I guess I'll just say that I defer to your guys' opinions. And if you think that it's the best, then it's the best.
Eclipse is my favorite, but
Whoa, hot take.
no, that's probably everyone's second favorite. I don't know.
Well, next thing you're gonna tell me you're Team Jacob?
Of course, I'm Team Jacob.
I'm just joking. That's another thing. I have no idea what is it. It's Team Edward.
Yep, Team Edward, Team Jacob,
and Team J. Yeah, okay. I just remember that was another thing for like the longest time. That was like the new age version of like, are you a Backstreet Boys fan or an NSYNC fan for girls? Oh gosh. What's up, Dan?
What if in a while?
Yeah, I know. It's bad. We should probably go ahead and at least get back to that. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm definitely going to. I will, because I was about to bring this up, I'll acknowledge it, but then should go ahead and mention some what if things before we happen to wrap this up. Eric was throwing in, I love DC movies mostly, but still have not much faith in their live action shows unless they do more. I'm reading this in two places at once. I'll read it over here. I love DC action or movies mostly, but still have not much faith in their live action shows unless they do more made to air on HBO, like the Watchmen series. It was phenomenal. I didn't watch Watchmen all the way through. I think I saw the first 2 episodes. I did like it, but I didn't end up like carrying out with it. Did you ever see that show?
No, it's not for me. I never watched it. I don't know. I mean, I like DC. I just don't think I'm gonna like their shows. I don't know.
For me, look, this is tough because I am a huge DC fan just as much as Marvel. But the sad thing is just DC is not bringing it in the live action department. And unfortunately, I can't say that I have much faith in their live action anything either. Like, and that's tough for me to say. I'm not happy to say that. And I would love to be proven wrong. But it's how I feel with everything. Hell, even the new Flash movie with Michael Keaton coming back as Batman. I don't know. Like, I'm excited as shit for that. I also don't know how excited I should be because overall, I'm not sure how that's going to turn out.
So my thing is most of the solo movies that DC has done have been the better ones.
Yep.
Not counting the Snyder Cut and the new Suicide Squad. Except, well, Wonder Woman 84 wasn't good. But most of the original ones are my favorites. The solo ones. So I'm hoping, although the Flash will have a lot of characters in it, so I'm hoping that they do good with the Flash.
This is my biggest concern is when it comes to DC, the way that their way of resetting things or, making an excuse for other stuff to happen is the Flashpoint paradox, right? It's the Flash in all of his capabilities of what he could do with going backward and forward in time and messing with shit. It's too early for them to be doing that. You could tell that they have messed up that bad to where they have to pull out their Uno card early, man, because it's the equivalent of the Infinity Gauntlet for Marvel. As soon as the Infinity Gauntlet comes into play, anything could happen. Now, you could easily say that that's the same, right? Multiverse breaking open, anything could happen. Same thing, though. Same thing, because the Infinity Gauntlet can wield reality and how it changes and what it could be changed to. So that made sense, though, for when Marvel's gotten to it. It's been fucking a long time that they've been telling stories and everything and built up to that. And for your first ever Flash movie to already be doing Flashpoint, bro, that should not be the first Flash movie.
No, yeah.
So, I don't know. In that regard, yeah, I'm definitely I'm disappointed. But I'm of course I'm hoping for the best. Like I hope that movie ends up being fantastic, and I hope Michael Keaton comes back and has a standout performance and all the best things. I hope Ben Affleck comes back and has a reignited passion for playing the character as well. And then we have multiple Batman within the DC multiverse, but who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and jump down if I can go ahead. If there's any what if related things, since that's what everyone is trying to stray away from at the moment. And I'm saying that facetiously, guys. I love the conversation. Don't be afraid. Keep that going. That's totally fine.
Oh, hey, DMG. Brian.
What's up, Brian? How's it going, man? Glad to have you here. Great show. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, bud. And he was mentioned real quick on his way to a Dune screening. Jealous?
Oh.
Dude, what do you mean just kidding, Brian? Yes, I'm jealous.
No,
Are you?
Is he not going to a Dune screening? I thought he was kidding about going to a Dune screening.
Oh.
But
That's a good...
I am jealous, yes, if you are going to a Dune screening. But I'm happy for you. That's great.
Yeah, man. Brian, if anything, I hope you do a I know, Brian, you're what is that? I don't know what they're called. You have like a specific title for it, but it's like after you just saw the movie and you give like your first immediate impressions. I hope you do one of those, man. I would love to see like your first initial impressions on Dune, because I got a chance to I like when he brought up for The Last Duel. That kind of gave me a nice little quick rundown, so I thought that was awesome. I like how he does that. You know, I think that's like a cool idea, especially because he keeps them short, sweet, to the point, and you know he's going to still make a review, but that he has that quick little synopsis that he can kind of give. I love that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
Oh God.
What is it, Eric?
Yeah, I'm Team Edward because obviously I'd pick Batman over Shark Boy.
Shark.
I always forget that Taylor Lautner was Shark Boy.
Yeah. He acts though. Taylor Lautner can't act. I'm sorry. And I don't know. He hasn't been in stuff, right? Yeah.
Not lately.
Netflix, I think. I think he was in The Ranch on Netflix, but I'm not.
In the what on Netflix?
The Ranch, Ashton Kutcher and Jeff Bridges, I want to say.
I haven't seen that.
No, I haven't either. Oh no, not Jeff. I don't know if it was Jeff Bridges. But yeah, no, I haven't watched it either. I probably never will. Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, well, let's see. There was probably only thing one more thing that I wanted to get to in here, from what I can kind of scan through real quick, and that was Nassim. Which, thank you very much for throwing this out there. Yes. DC Fandom on October 16th. Guys, I'm not joking. I have yet to make an official decision about this, but I figured this is maybe a good time to throw it out. And then, Dan, if you want, right, we'll jump back into what if for just a little bit and wrap things up. So this is all that I'll say about that specifically. I am definitely considering the same way that Joe from Geeky Hijinks, where he did like a live stream while the was it just Nintendo or right? Yeah, like the Nintendo thing where they first announced like the Mario movie and stuff like that. And he was just live streaming while the event was going on. I am almost certain that I'm going to be doing something similar. If I can figure out how to set it up, that's the thing, is I'll admit I don't really know how to set that up, but I will try my best to figure it out, because I would love to stream the DC Fandom event with you guys. And because when it comes down to it, you know, I'm sure anybody, if you guys are familiar with my channel, which, you know, if you're not, please feel free to check me out. And if you're already here, something tells me that you might be. I think it's pretty noticeable that I cover a lot of Marvel material, but it's not because I am only a Marvel fan. It just so happens they're cranking out a lot of stuff lately, and it's all like one right after another, and it's all good. It's usually worth covering, so I'm happy about that. But with that being said, as I've said time and time again, I'm a huge DC fan, so I'm really excited for DC Fandom. I think that they're gonna be, you know, releasing a lot of cool trailers, a lot of awesome stuff. Yeah, so I don't know how it works when it comes to, like I said, to streaming that event, but I would love to be able to do that, like I said, simultaneously and do a stream with you, with everybody. What's up, Dan?
That'd be awesome. Yeah. DC Fandom last year, coolest fan event, more than Comic-Con, more than any of those other cons. Like, DC Fandom brought it. I think like that, and the Disney Plus press screening thing. But
Yeah.
I thought that was so awesome. Yeah, you should definitely do that. Is Nassim like does she love Marvel and DC and Star Wars and all that? Or
Oh yeah, I'm very happy to say that absolutely, right? So that's something that it's one of our, well, maybe it's just me that feels that way, but thankfully she's right there with me. We're like, it's one of our favorite things to watch. You know, we've been watching a lot of she's been trying to catch up on Star Wars a lot lately as far as like the animated series. So like Star Wars Rebels, we're still finishing up the last little bit of that. Just in general, really likes that stuff with me. And same thing, yeah, Marvel, DC, doesn't matter. Just a big superhero fan, just as I am, which is part of the reason why we click so well. But yeah, you know, so I love that. I love that she's just as excited about it and throwing it in there. So again, Nassim, thank you for mentioning about DC fandom, and everybody be on the lookout. Again, I'm still trying to figure stuff out of how it would work. Be on the lookout for the fact that I might be going ahead and doing a live stream with us all to enjoy the event. That's it. Right? Just hang out and see what they got to throw out there, because they're going to have some awesome stuff. I already know it. I don't even have to see it yet. I already know there's going to be so many exciting things. Dude, I'm hoping they drop the Young Justice trailer. All right. I won't get into it. Go on for a while. Let's see. Only because it just squeezed in here. I know I'm trying to get back to what if stuff, but only because it squeezed in here.
But it's what if-ish.
Yeah, right? It kind of, you know, hey, it's not the Guardians of the Multiverse, but it's the Guardians of the Galaxy, and Star-Lord was kind of included there. So where does Guardians of the Galaxy rank in your favorite MCU movies?
The first one is top, definitely my top 10, but maybe even top 5. I love the first one.
I know. I think I might say top 5 as well.
Yeah.
And that's tough because that's just off the top of my head. That's without actually like taking the time to sit down, see them all in front of me, and then kind of like take the time to do it. But yeah, honestly, it might be in my top 5, Drew. The first Guardians of the Galaxy is just amazing. I know that like when the Suicide Squad came out, some people were like, even John was asking, do you like the Suicide Squad more than Guardians of the Galaxy? And I'm sorry, but no, I do not. I love the Suicide Squad. I thought they did a really good job with it, and I like it way better than the first one, without a doubt. With that being said, I don't like it more than Guardians of the Galaxy. No, Guardians of the Galaxy was such a perfect, like, ragtag group of misfits that did not belong together and seamlessly made them connect and intertwine with each other in a very beautiful way that by the end of it, it was like, no, do they feel like a legitimate family, not just a team, but a family. It was kind of replicated in the Suicide Squad, but just in a different way. And as good as that was, and it's not to knock it, but Guardians of the Galaxy is just really up there, man.
Yeah, same.
He's just throwing in, at least real quick, it looks like for Drew that he's saying it's in his top 5. So it looks like he's kind of probably on the same page. Again, with just a quick guess, I'd say probably top 5 as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm really interested in watching Watchmen. Nassim, if you remember, we saw the first episode, and I think we started the second, and that's where we dropped off at, if I'm not mistaken. But we saw the first episode, and it was interesting. And then it was just kind of like, it wasn't anything bad. We just didn't kind of keep up with it. There were so many shows we're trying to keep up with. Oh, jeez. I hate when that happens, man. Try scrolling down a little bit, and it literally jumps to the bottom of the comments. Okay. Jace, yes, cover that. I'll be there. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it, bud. If I do it, I hope to see you there. And yeah, I'm hoping that I get a chance to. I don't know how it works in the sense of like,
yeah, I don't know either.
Do I got to worry about like the fact of like, is there any like copyright shit if like I'm streaming the event that's exclusively theirs?
I know that some of the YouTubes I used to watch were streaming the Disney thing, and they did get some copyright thing, but they got over it somehow. So maybe you could just deny or whatever it's called. Yeah.
I'll have to talk to Joe. I'm curious as far as how he went about it with the Nintendo thing.
Yeah.
We got some good Guardians of the Galaxy conversation going on. All right, let's see if that's all it's going. Yeah. All right. So guys, since this seems to be right, good conversation, but I just want to at least quickly bring it back as far as to live if or what if live if I'm literally thinking of a question that I have bringing up here that I was mixing up with the fucking name of the show. Okay. Should we expect to see these characters on live action? So not live if. Maybe that's what we could call it, live if.
Yeah.
Because what if characters brought into the live action? All right, that's my cheesy transition. I'm trying to make sure that my stupid comment doesn't sound so stupid. This is what I was getting at, people. Do we see these characters in live action? What do you think, Dan? Would you expect to see any of the people from What If brought into the movies and shows?
Yeah, I think so, and I hope so. I think that would be really cool. I think so. Yeah, I think they are, and I think they are. They hinted at it, I believe. That
Yes.
so I'm really excited for that. Yeah, I hope that some of them at least, come through.
I'd be almost surprised if they didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When it comes down to it, like at the end of the day, there seems like to be so much potential with these. Like, I honestly feel like even though it may have been the weakest episode, the concept of the Captain Carter character, bro, I truly feel like that is going to be a wasted chance if they don't do that. Like it just seems to make sense in the sense of like seeing Haley Atwell doesn't at all seem to be against coming back. She obviously came back to voice the character. I think she probably loves the idea of taking this to live action. I would totally be down for that as well. I would love to see her come back as Captain Carter.
Yes, me too. Same. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, she was the first one I thought of for some reason. Like, I think she'd fit. I don't know. She'd fit coming to the live action ones. I think the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Because she's the one that is like, it's a different spin.
Yeah.
But it's grounded enough to where it seems like it would work within what's going on.
Yeah, like Killmonger is basically the same Killmonger. Just I mean, yeah, it seems smarter and everything, but he would just be Michael B. Jordan, And yeah, she'd be Haley Atwell, but she'd have a shield and a suit and stuff.
Right, she'd be a legitimately different character.
Don't get me wrong, I would love to see Michael B. Jordan back into the MCU because I love Killmonger. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they do it.
No, I agree. That's something where I actually threw it in as far as right. So just so many here and there I've noticed throughout the stream. I've kind of referenced back to like the review that I threw out, but season finale review, I was saying the same thing where I think it'd be cool if to stretch back to that theory of Strange Supreme being in the No Way Home stuff. What if, since he's in that universe and he's like dealing with Spider-Man and all the stuff that's happening with Spider-Man, what if he leaves that little pocket universe with Arnim Zola and Killmonger unattended, right? He's like not paying attention to it, and they end up breaking out into the sacred timeline.
Yeah, I would love that. Would be awesome. Yeah,
right. Because then it would be cool. Because like you could get, it'd be really funny to see Paul Bettany like as Vision, but then him not be doing the voice because it'd be Arnim Zola as like a Teletubby in his stomach talking and stuff. But I'd love it, man. And then that would give a reasonable excuse for Michael B. Jordan to come back. I think they would make him way more of a villain than he deserves to be honest with you. I don't think he's not up there as far as people who deserve to, like, I shouldn't say deserve. He's just not up there in like people that I would imagine wielding an Infinity Gauntlet or an Infinity Suit for that matter.
Yeah, definitely not. Killmonger was such a good villain, though. I thought a good, like, he had points. He had good points. And I just love Mike B. Jordan, so more we could see of him, the better.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm still down, even if he wasn't like my favorite of everything, 100%. I would still, by all means, like to see him come back, and that would at least be a very reasonable excuse. Even though I'm not exactly a fan of what they did with Killmonger and What If, it would make sense for them to bring him back like that. So that'd be really cool. I would love to see that. I think just all of, like, there's so many of these that make a lot of sense that as to why they would be able to be applicable in here. Some people not so much. Like the Shuri from the Killmonger universe, like she's still a kid, so you can't really see her. That wouldn't make much sense. But I don't think those are the characters we would be talking about seeing. I think it's more like, I'm trying to think of someone else that would be good and different. It's a shame because obviously Star-Lord T'Challa would be an easy one.
That would be my pick.
Actually, the more I think about it, I guess it's a little tough because like Party Thor is he's just like Thor, dude. He's not really that different. He's a little bit more reckless and immature, but he's just Thor.
Yes, exactly. Biofrost Loki could come. Not Biofrost Loki.
Bifrost Loki.
Frost Loki.
Frost Giant Loki would be a dope addition, that's for
Also,
sure.
I would love Idris Elba to come back somehow because I think they wasted his character.
Yo, what if there was just an alternate universe where fucking Idris Elba was Nick Fury?
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you could just, for the hell of it, you can make Samuel L. Jackson Heimdall
Yeah.
for that particular story. And then, dude, wouldn't it be funny if, like, make Nick Fury Heimdall, but then he's still got the eye patch? So it's Heimdall with an eye patch, which is actually it's great because he doesn't really, it doesn't matter because he could see everything anyway. He doesn't really need that.
Yeah. I wonder if they couldn't get Idris Elba, so that's why because Heimdall didn't speak in his episode.
Yeah.
But then why not get someone else like you did with everyone else? You know. But maybe he just didn't need to speak, which is fine. But yeah.
I think that's what it came down to, is that they just probably didn't have a need for him to say anything, because even if he did, it probably would have been seriously like a couple of words.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, but that's their choice. They could have made him say more. So, I don't know, man. I'm glad we got some agreements up in here. Katie is saying that it would be really cool to see those characters in live action. Yes. I'm actually kind of disappointed that Infinite Ultron is no more, although it made sense for them to go ahead and end things in the show.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Infinite Ultron come into live action, man.
Me too. That would have been awesome.
Like, that would have been some shit to deal with.
Yes, that would have been awesome. I would have loved it.
Yeah. And I don't know, like, I wouldn't want him to take over as the big bad, but like, it would have been so cool if they had Infinite Ultron come into live action and then like come face to face with Kang. And then Kang just, like kind of maybe show how badass Kang is, that he's able to not make Infinite Ultron look like a wimp, but like kind of like do something to handle him. And then everyone just be like, yo, wasn't this other guy about to rule the multiverse and now Kang just like put him in his place?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it seems like that would be fitting for that.
Is Kang Kang stronger than Ultra? I mean, Thanos, right?
Kang's technology can be stronger than Thanos. That's the key. Kang as a character, no. As a matter of fact, Kang without his technology is not that imposing at all, really. He's very much a genius that is able to use technology to make him more physically imposing. But I would, like I said, I would definitely argue, like, if you take away his capability of having like he's got like this chair that is like a floating chair that he usually sits in, and like the chair itself has the capability of like making a shield around it, and like it's like impenetrable. So he's like just sitting there chilling and nothing can happen to him. So he never really has a need to be a warrior, like to actually where he physically fights. He's always got some form of, again, technology or like weaponry to aid him so that it's like doing the job for him, but he's just smart enough to know when to use it and what to do.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely I guess it's kind of what makes him interesting, in the sense of like, because Thanos is a lot of brute strength.
Yeah.
And that's, again, what makes it separate from Kang. So it would be really interesting, man. I'll put it this way, if Thanos had the full-blown Infinity Gauntlet and Kang had access to all of his tech that he normally has, that still would be a really tough fight to call, because his tech is seriously that advanced for Kang. It's like nuts. But I'd probably have to give it to Thanos, but only because the Infinity Gauntlet, I guess.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, some more Guardians discussion, which it fits. I'll throw it up there just for the heck of it. Air's Throne, I never got the hate for Guardians 2. It's like the hangout movie of the MCU. No, I would argue that the first one is.
Yeah. I don't hate.
But you know.
Yeah, no, I don't hate really any. I don't know. It's hard. It's like it's in the MCU. I love it, but I love the MCU. But like Thor 2.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was gonna say. I was literally waiting for the open opportunity. I was gonna be like, wait a second, you don't got a little bit of hate for the Dark World? Oh man. No, yeah, okay, so look, Guardians 2 is still good. It doesn't. Ooh, hey, this is perfect. Drew was saying it doesn't. You're right, Drew, deserve the amount of hate that it does. But
Yeah.
look, at the end of the day, I think the only reason why is because sadly when a sequel comes out, people just immediately want to go ahead and compare it to the original. That's the default thought. And unfortunately, when you do that, the first thing that you usually realize is, yeah, it's not as good as the original. Like
Yeah.
it's not as good as the first one. And that's I think why people sometimes kind of throw shade at it a little bit. Yes, there are still some problems overall, other than the fact that it's a sequel. But yeah, it's not like horrific. It's still a very enjoyable movie. Kurt Russell does a great job as far as ego. So I don't know. Nice addition to the cast. It's
Yeah.
great to see more of the Guardians, right? Become more developed and everything. You get this chance to see in that movie. You really get a chance to see Peter Quill and Gamora's relationship develop.
So that's what. Yeah. I think I've said this before on one of our streams or something. I think Gamora and Peter Quill are like one of the best MCU relationships. I don't know. They're like one of my favorites. Before WandaVision, now Wanda and Vision. But
Okay.
yeah. But I don't know. I think they deserve more love than they get.
I think they still got the love. Like I said, I think it's that movie in particular.
Yeah.
Eric was saying, just real quick, Killmonger is a good villain, but I don't think we need to see him again.
Eric, get out of here. If he was a Bond villain, he would be like, well, man, let's see him again. Let's see him again.
Oh, Dan, I love how you are just like relentless. Like, you know what, Eric? No holds barred. No holds barred.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Absolutely. This is an interesting one. Who would you guys cast as Daniel Craig in the MCU?
Oof.
Oh shit.
No comics really, so I don't really know any characters that we don't know for the most part.
Oh man. You know what? And it seems like a typical answer because he's British, but that's not why specifically I'm saying. I could see him as Captain Britain.
Oh, okay.
So, for people that are not familiar, like Captain Britain is not just Captain America, but from Britain, right? He's not the Red Guardian, right? Where the Red Guardian is just a Russian version of Captain America.
Yeah.
Captain Britain is actually like a super strong, like multiversal character, kind of. And so yeah, in a way, I guess that'd be the first thing that pops in my head. In a way, I could picture Daniel Craig as that. It'd
So
be
Jake,
kind of interesting.
before the show started, I thought Captain Carter's character was Captain Britain.
To me, I think that they did that on purpose. I think they didn't name her that because they know Captain Britain's an actual character within the Marvel universe, and I think that they're trying to do something with Captain Britain at some point. Otherwise, they probably would have. Here's the thing, though. Even if you do plan on doing something with the character down the line, who cares? I think that would have been perfect to go ahead, call her Captain Britain, and then it's a funny spin on what if. Because, right, hey, in our universe, in the sacred timeline, Captain Britain is that different, strong character. But in this universe, Captain Britain is Peggy Carter with the super soldier serum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It made a lot of sense. They should have done that.
Yeah. Also, the Red Guardian, I know you didn't mean it literally, but he seems like more bad guy than Steve Rogers.
Oh, no. Yeah. It's not when I say he's like the Captain America, I don't mean like he's Russia's superhero. I just mean, he's the super soldier of Russia with the shield and you know what I mean? Like that type of like relating like that.
Okay.
But yeah, all that there's no one else I could really think of off the bat. Like I can't think of any X-Men that I would picture Daniel Craig as. I
Yeah.
don't know. Although because I do give him credit for his acting chops. This would be weird, actually, but I could maybe, just maybe, imagine Daniel Craig is like Magneto.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about Xavier or Magneto? Yeah, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Again, I'm not saying that'd be the best fit. I'm just saying I could maybe picture that.
Yeah.
Huh. That's an interesting one. Infinite Saltron because he was salty. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. What, salty because he didn't get a chance to wipe out all of life? I mean, that's his programming, man. That's all he knows. That's all he was made for. So I can't call him salty because he was trying to take care of his one and only mission. What do you think, Dan? Was Ultron salty?
No, I don't know. I didn't see him as that much, but
No. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a villain. So you can go ahead and chalk that up. But yeah, I don't know about, I guess. Eric, describe what you mean by him being salty. Oh, jeez. Bond talk. Well, all right. We'll go ahead and I'll tell you what. Since we're getting to the point that we are, and unless Eric happens to just give his definition of the saltiness there, I think we'll use this as maybe a good opportunity. Dan, if you agree, we'll probably kind of culminate this into the ending here of I think a pretty good stream altogether. I mean, shoot, we're almost at 3 hours in total, only just shy of it a little bit.
yeah.
Guys, I'll go ahead and take this, and mention that we'll start to bring it to a close. So feel free, throw in any last comments if you feel fit, but we'll probably just kind of get to these last couple of things and start to wrap stuff up here. As I say that, we do have like just the last couple of trickling ones in. Drew throwing out there, how cool would it be? I'm guessing it's saying how cool would it be if Rocket Raccoon and Wolverine teamed up? Yes, strictly because of their attitudes being on the same wavelength.
Yes.
Right? I think that would be freaking hilarious, Drew. So that is a very good idea for a team up. And yeah, cool because they'd be getting stuff done, and hilarious because their banter back and forth would have to be just like one of a kind. And just, I guess, Eric agreeing. It would be actually great. Never thought of them as a team up, but I think it'd be perfect. Yeah, seriously, that would be very, very fitting.
Yeah.
And Nassim saying as well, I think that would be a great team up. Definitely all around, right? Got some good. Drew, that was a good one to throw out there, man.
Yeah.
And I got to hand it to you, actually. The reason why I like it, I guess the reason why it's sinking in a little bit, is because out of all the people teamed up in Marvel, I guess I never really pictured the two of them together, and yet it does feel like they go together really well.
Yeah.
And then as far as we got, so thank you, Eric, very much. Great stream. Katie throwing in the same thing. Thank you very much. Really appreciate as far as absolutely everyone that's made it out to this. As far as like closing remarks, while we get it to a close, right, as we start to verge our way there, Dan, maybe I can go ahead and kind of throw this out there. What are your biggest hopes in regards to here, let me take this away. What are your biggest hopes in season 2 for What If?
Like I said, I just hope it gets even crazier and even more out there and expands on its characters and does characters that maybe we haven't even seen yet. Maybe not the big characters, like we said, we want to see those in cinematic form first. But like smaller side characters we could probably see for the first time here. So I think that's my main thing. And I hope they don't get too caught into trying to connect it all. I liked what they did here, but I don't want them to connect every episode and then everyone knows I don't know.
No, that's a very good way of putting it. I would say I'm probably in the same exact wavelength as you. Because yeah, I want them to do more. I like we were saying earlier in the stream, I would rather them just go ahead and just clean slate, just do something new. I don't mind if they make references to the first season every now and again, like if it, here and there you get like, oh, whoa, holy crap, Captain Carter pop back up,
Yeah.
or like all stuff like that, right? Oh man, Strange Supreme is back, but I don't really need to see like, okay, these are the characters you're following now. The benefit to What If, the upside to What If, is that you don't have to do that. That you can literally, you have the infinity and beyond of the multiverse to be able to like kind of dive into And even if it's like a character we know that maybe we've seen in What If, but a different story,
Yeah.
just something like hey, here's Captain Carter, but then what if this happened to Captain Carter instead of that? I don't know, but like, right, something that diverges from the main thing. Because Dan, you bring up a good point. I don't want them to get so bogged down by feeling like they have to connect everything that ends up taking away from what they're trying to do here, and the awesome, just like variety that they have, where they don't have to be too tied down to stuff. You get that open opportunity to just make a story about someone new.
Yeah, definitely.
So at least that's all I could hope for. Yeah, but season 2, I am definitely excited. I don't know what timetable. I haven't heard them say anything, and that's okay. Literally, season 1 just wrapped up last week, and I think that's something that we all have to start to become accustomed to and learn, get better at, dealing with, which is something that we used to have to deal with without even, thinking about it.
Yeah.
But that's waiting, giving a proper amount of like time to let them do their thing so they can make the next season, as opposed to, as soon as the first one's done, just go ahead and, where's the next season? Come on, when's it coming? I don't mind talking about it. I don't mind speculating, but yeah, to, give them their time. I'd rather they put the quality over the quantity of bringing it out.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. But what if season 2 premiered right now on this channel?
What? Then I would be all for it, my man. All for it. You know it. Oh gosh. All right. I guess we will use this as a chance to go ahead and take a chance to wrap it up. Oh Jesus, man. Just because I saw this happen to squeeze in. It's the last thing I'll throw out there. I think Daniel Craig should replace Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Come on, Eric. I know you're joking.
Eric better be, yeah.
You better be joking, damn it. Because that is just no, absolutely nobody should replace Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool.
Oh.
You know how some people have been like, oh, I feel bad for anybody playing the Joker after Heath Ledger. No, bullshit. I feel bad for anybody playing Deadpool after Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's my standard. Not even the same with Wolverine. I think that yes, you have a lot of things to live up to. You got some big shoes to fill in regards to Hugh Jackman, what he did. But I actually even less so think that for the next Wolverine, it's Deadpool, bro. At this point in time, I feel so horrible for whoever may down the line play Deadpool after Ryan Reynolds.
Yes, same. Me too.
That's going to be tough. I will use this as an opportunity, as we always do at the end of streams, because I just feel like it's very fitting to do so. So I'm going to throw this up there. And Dan, I would very much go ahead and like to give you the screen for a moment and let you shout yourself out, bud. Tell us all about what's going on in your channel. You've had a lot going on lately, man. So tell us what you've got going on, if there's maybe any sort of previews of what's coming up, but I'll throw it over to you, bud.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dan from The Upside Dan, and what I've been doing lately is, a lot of you have probably seen it, but I've been doing Halloween shorts, just little comedic shorts about different, like I have a trick or treat one, a Friday the 13th kind of themed one, and a Pet Cemetery themed one. So definitely go check those out. I think that a lot of people are really liking them. They're funny, and I'm really glad to entertain people. I love entertaining. I love being creative. I love making people laugh. So those are my big things, but I have a James Bond No Time to Die spoiler-free review up so far. Eventually we'll have a spoiler review up, probably. Venom Let There Be Carnage, a Cruella review, which I definitely recommend because there's going to be a really funny surprise in there. So that's really what I've been doing lately, and more shorts are coming. I cannot wait to work on more shorts. My A24 Lamb review is going to be coming soon as well. Yeah, so definitely check all that out, and definitely check out Jace's channel, Bridge of a Car. I mean, you're on it right now, but subscribe if you are not subscribed yet. And of course, Man of Movies, subscribe to him because you don't want to miss, and I don't really know much about it, but you don't want to miss his Scream trailer reaction / short skit film. So yeah, that's really all I got to say. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming.
Oh, appreciate that, Dan. Thank you for, what I always appreciate the fact that you make an effort to not just shout yourself out, but other people as well. So I thank you very much, because one thing, it's funny because you think, oh wait, you're already here, you're on this channel. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're subscribed. that doesn't mean that, like that you come here all the time. So absolutely right. Hey guys, check out myself if you haven't seen the rest of this channel, and please do yourselves a favor, go look at the Upside Dan. He covers a very wide variety. I was trying to think maybe the best way to describe it. Very wide variety of different content. I'd say that, dude, really, besides Sean, you cover like the most different variety of stuff. So I give you a lot of credit in that regard. He's not joking, guys. I just want to give him an extra shout out here. He's not joking when it comes to the skits for the Halloween stuff. I literally just put out one the other day, so I hope you check that out too. But please go watch Dan's skits as well. I'm definitely thinking that the other members of the Cinema Squad are going to put out maybe one or two here or there, right? We were kind of all talking about putting stuff out to promote it, so be on the lookout for, I guess, all of us. But please give Dan the credit he deserves in the sense of he's put together some really unique skits in these first couple of weeks of October leading up to our stream.
Thank you.
With that being said, oh, dude, you deserve it. With that being said, I also want to throw out just kind of course, to everybody else of the Cinema Squad, guys, please check out, as far as, I'm just going to throw them up here since I happen to have it. Joe is not with us at the moment. He was in the chat earlier, but I want to take that time to just go ahead and say, please go subscribe to Geeky Hijinks, one of the funniest content creators I think we're all familiar with. Very creative in the sense of his skits and his characters that he brings. Dare I say, I think Joe has helped inspire us with a lot of these skit things. Like, of course, I think John with his short film, that's right, all him, and it's just what he wanted to do. But dare I say, though, I mean, Joe, I feel like kind of helped kickstart a lot of that. So anyway, that's my just way of shouting him out real quick. Everybody go check out Geeky Hijinks. He mostly covers Shudder material, so like horror films in general, but a lot of good stuff. He does a lot of trailer reactions as well, so make sure to go ahead and pop by him. Got as far as our Lost in the Reel, and our Cinema Squad member that is on vacation at the moment. I'm super jealous because he happens to be not just on vacation, in a different country.
Yeah.
All right, so Sean, I hope that your vacation is going fantastically well, my friend, and I can't wait until you're back for the Halloween stream, and we all get a chance to hang out again, get a chance to hear about your trip, obviously, because we've talked to you a little bit since you've been on your trip, but only so much because you're international, so it's pretty hard with the communication all the time, so more than understandable. But please, everybody, go check out Lost in the Reel. That guy has got crazy amounts of reviews on all of the types of shows and movies that you probably never heard of, but it's helping you figure out what shows and movies you should be bothering to check out and maybe which ones you shouldn't, because maybe he helps you stay away from the ones of like, hey, this ain't worth checking out. And then, of course, whoops, I went to edit it instead of show it. Anthony also was in the chat earlier. Fever Dreamland Theater. Guys, even if you're not a fan of Twilight Zone, do yourself a favor. Go watch Anthony's channel. I can say this confidently. I am not a huge connoisseur of Twilight Zone. I am not like the biggest fan of Twilight Zone. Like, it's like, yeah, it's cool, right? I'll acknowledge it for what it is. But Anthony has this way of making every episode seem that much more interesting and compelling and something to draw you in than it already seems to be. So, guys, like I said, doesn't matter whether you like that content or not, check out Anthony. Thankfully, that's not all he does. He is mostly Twilight Zone, right? He's got that covered down pat. But Anthony definitely doesn't have like a couple of other things. He recently did a Malignant review that I thought was really, really well done. Go check him out, right? You're not doing yourself a disservice by watching any of our stuff. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother taking the time to say it, right? I mean, none of them asked me to shout them out right now. I just felt the need to do so because, well, just like Dan was doing, right? Dan, I appreciate you taking the time. Shout out everybody. It's nice. It's nice to be able to do that. I love the fact that, right, we got this really great, we've said it time and time again, this great Cinema Squad that we do, and this nice collective group that we all have our own little strengths that makes us shine in different ways, but together we are a fantastic grouping. So with that being said, that perfectly wraps us up and rounds us up to the kind of the 3-hour mark, which I never thought we were going to get to. I thought this was going to be like a 1-hour thing.
Yeah.
This was basically like a mini shooting the shit, if you will. because of the fact that we did focus on what if, but this was also just kind of like, you know, it turned into a discussion of everything.
But definitely come to our stream October 29th.
You read my mind. Perfect.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm not kidding. Because
Jason, if you still have the graphic I made up.
Ooh, is that on here? Wait, let me see.
I think it should be.
Yes. Wait. Wait, I'm afraid I'm gonna just take us over. Is it this, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna purposely throw it up, guys. Seriously, as our last thing, as we are making our exit here, please, everybody, please, 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 the Cinema Squad, all 6 of us. That's right. Even Anthony should be there. Anthony, I'm sorry because I think you're supposed to be there. I'm not gonna make any overpromises.
We don't. Yeah. I don't.
We're pretty sure. I'm sorry. We're pretty sure Anthony's gonna be. Don't be upset if Anthony's not there, but he will definitely be trying to make it. I know that there is a chance, right? There's a huge point of us making. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and extend over here. There is a huge effort that we're all gonna make to be there. I say that like we're all not gonna be there. Anthony's the only one that. Don't worry, guys. He's gonna try and be there, but obviously, give the guy some credit. He's got a lot going on. He's got kids, guys. He's got kids. So anyway, point being, to wrap it back to what we're talking about here, jokes aside, join us on Lost in the Reels channel on October 29th for our Halloween special. It's not just a Halloween special, guys. It's a costume party. So, right, we will all be in costume. Please hit us up. Let us know if you got costumes that you want to enter in as a submission, because we have like a legitimate costume party, like competition type thing going.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
So you don't have to wear it that night, but you can. I mean, if you are, but if you go to a Halloween party sometime before that, you could just send pictures or video of it, of your costume. You just whenever before the stream, you know.
Yes. No, Dan, that's a good point, right? Yeah, guys, please know it. I don't know if you would think that already or not, but this is definitely something you don't have to like dress up at the time of the stream itself. Please feel free, hit up any of us, whoever you happen to know the most of the Cinema Squad. Just, you know, send us a direct message on any form of social media. I guess it seems like we're mostly on Facebook and Instagram, but however you see fit, contact us. Let us know if you would like to have a costume of yours entered into the submission. It will be shown on the live stream for the Halloween special, and then we'll kind of just go through, right, get a chance to acknowledge what you've got, talk about it, pick out a winner and everything, and it's definitely going to be a fun time. So again, that is as it says on the screen, the 29th. But I will bring up, since it doesn't mention here, guys, that's going to be on Sean's channel. That's on Lost in the Reels channel. So please be on the lookout for that. I'll let us go ahead and come back in the middle here. Be on the lookout for that. It's going to be coming up sooner than later, right? It's the end of the month, but it's already almost the middle of the month.
Yeah.
Dan, do you know what you're going to be yet?
Ooh, I'm not sure yet. I have a few different. Pennywise, I could be either because I have both Pennywise's costumes. But then I have to. I would get the makeup done. So if I'm Pennywise, I'm not wearing a mask. I'm getting the makeup done.
Yes.
But that would be the reason. Maybe I won't be Pennywise because if I can't get the makeup done beforehand, then I don't know. But maybe Steve from Stranger Things. And I would also try to actually put makeup on him too, like to make it look like he has a black eye because he gets beat up all the time. I don't know though. And then I have a Ghostbusters costume. I have a lot.
I know it's tough. It's tough. Shoot, a Ghostbusters costume, that would be pretty good too. Yeah. I'll tell you what, it would be funny if you could manage to do Pennywise, because I feel bad. I didn't even want to say this, but I am very heavily considering being the Joker. And
okay, and you would put makeup on and everything, right?
Oh yeah, bro. Like it would be all out. Not just that, I'm warning everyone in advance that's watching this right now. If I do that, Jace is not showing up to the stream that night. It's the Joker that you're dealing with. And I'm not kidding, guys. I'm gonna have a really hard time like not staying in character, because that's just how I've always been for Halloween. So that's my biggest thing, is do I want to be the Joker and then stay the Joker for the entirety of the time? Otherwise, I've got a couple of other ideas that I want to do. But, you know, it's funny because no matter what idea I'm thinking of, it involves me staying as that character for the whole night.
Yeah. If I was Pennywise, which one do you think I should be?
Oh, dude. Ah, fuck. Have you ever like impersonated either one?
No, I'd be better at the 2019 or the newest ones. But I'm still not amazing. But I was literally practicing it.
Dan. Okay, so you like, and I'm okay with this. I like that you do this, but you've put me on the spot a couple times before as far as with voices. Can you do the new Pennywise at all?
Okay, I'll try. You like this? You like the circus, Georgie? I don't know.
Dude, yeah, because it okay. I like how you did the long stare. He does that, right? He's got the long stare and just
Yeah. Hi, Georgie.
you like the circus, Georgie? You
Cotton
smell the
candy,
hot dogs,
cotton
cotton candy,
and
popcorn. Is that your favorite? Mine too. Love, dude. I hope you do that, man. It's. I'm sorry. I just because it's a perfect transition into this, and I knew this was coming up. I had a feeling that. So at least Eric's saying yes, be the Joker. Eric, I love that. But Nassim is throwing in, yup, he'll be the Joker. You will not see Jace at all.
Wait, will Nassim do your makeup then?
Bro, I've done my makeup every time I've been the Joker.
Oh, nice. Should I do
Yep.
it? I had my sister do it for Pennywise.
No, and Dan, I'm not kidding. If I was in your area, I would do your Pennywise makeup for you. Because like I'm not trying to say I'm not a connoisseur in makeup at all. Like I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about in the slightest. But as far as just applying the color and making it look right, that I'm definitely like I've gotten accustomed to. So yeah, I've been like the Joker quite a few times, and absolutely Nassim could vouch for the fact that like when I'm the Joker, I'm the Joker. Like, dude, there's been times she's gone out with me quite a few times now for Halloween, and I've been the Joker quite a few times that she's been with me on Halloween. And that's it, man. I'm him the whole time. I'm thinking like I don't have a choice. I gotta be it.
You should, Jace. Wait, does she dress up? Does she do anything?
Yeah, no, she's kind of been something different almost each year. I found it to be hilarious because there was one year where she was Batgirl. And it's funny because if you're familiar at all with the stories, Joker cripples Batgirl. Like he literally paralyzes her. So he shoots her in the spine, or he shoots her so that she ends up being paralyzed from the waist down. And then she ends up becoming Oracle, which is a different character. But anyway, so like I thought that was hilarious because on the year she was Batgirl, I was Joker, and it was just like a very funny thing. But then there was a time the next year she was Supergirl. So again, it was like just as funny, like Joker and Supergirl and stuff. So anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I think at this point, that's probably the main thing I'm going with. We'll see where it goes, but I'm probably going to be Joker. If it is, all I can say it's going to be a great time. I'm so afraid to do too much more because I don't want to give away everything, but at the same time, I want everyone to be excited, just as excited as I am, for the fact that the Joker might be part of the Cinema Squad Halloween live stream.
Oh wow, Jace.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. See, but that's what I mean, man. That's like all you're gonna get. That's all it's gonna be happening if we do that on the live stream.
So guys, come to the stream. Come to the stream.
Yes. Come to the live stream. I'll throw this up one last time just for the heck of it, right? Make sure, guys, come to live stream October 29th, right? Just before Halloween itself. Make sure Lost in the Reels channel, that's Sean's channel. And again, I can't stress enough, it'd be greatly appreciated, right? As far as please send out to whoever you know any costume submissions, because guys, when it comes down to it, we want to be able to acknowledge you all just as much as ourselves with this, because we always like doing that, right? When it comes to like the chat, anything, we love the involvement from your end as well.
And come up with some you don't have to, but come up with some Halloween related questions or horror related questions. Like,
yeah,
we're gonna have some. Like I'm thinking, like, what's your favorite final girl? Like stuff like that. Fun Halloween horror type questions.
Exactly. No, absolutely, 100%. So let's see. I'll fire through only because as we are like literally wrapping this up now, there's just a few that squeezed through. So I'll just show them real quick because they happen to come through. As a very quick fire answer, Dan, what do you think? Bane or Ra's al Ghul? Just
Ra's al Ghul.
ooh. If we're talking from the movies, fuck. If we're talking from the movies, and again the Dark Knight trilogy, I might say Bane. Oh my gosh, that's really tough though, and it's more so because I like Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul.
I do too.
Right, but I could say this: if we're not talking about the movies, if we're just talking straight up villains, I just kind of in general like Bane more than Ra's al Ghul, like overall.
I'd probably go with Bane, even though I don't know the comics much, but like just because he's the more known, he's the one I know more. Even though I know them from the same trilogy, but like I don't know. Ra's al Ghul wasn't a name that I knew really before that.
No, very true, right? I think that that was absolutely a less popular one before that. Eric, thank you so much, man. Holy shit, Jace, you sound just like Mark Hamill. I really appreciate it. Dan, what were you saying? What?
That was such a compliment. It's a nice compliment. You do.
It really is, man. That means a lot. Thank you so much. I mean, I can easily say this. I know Mark Hamill is not watching this, but Mark Hamill, you are an absolute legend, and I appreciate you so much because if it was not for your voice and how you depicted this character, not only would I not have my own impression to do, but I don't even know how I would picture this character. Yeah. Because every time I read a comic or anything, I picture Mark Hamill's voice. So,
and Jace, it's awesome because he's in another one of your favorite franchises too. He's like one of your favorite characters, but he's in Star Wars. And
I know, right? And I gotta hand to him that like those are like the main things he's known for, and he's just owned it, instead of being that person that's like, yeah, I did that once, but I don't like to talk about it. He's just like, yup, I'm the Joker and Luke Skywalker. What's up? This I thought was great too. As we are exiting out here, Jace gives me goosebumps every time he does Pennywise voice. Yeah, there's been times where I've done little things for her, where every now and then, like if I just break into it randomly and she's just like, stop it, seriously, that's like freaking me out. And the same thing, it's funny actually, my mom does the same thing. If I've done Pennywise for my mom, she'll just be like, okay, seriously, cut it out though, that's creepy. Because just like, dude, I loved it. Like one of my favorite lines of Pennywise is in the first It movie. So like the one where they're all kids, and Ed, I think his name's Ed, where he's the one that has like asthma and like he's scared of everything. And he goes home, or no, he's starting to go home. And then that old creepy house that Pennywise is at. And then like all of a sudden, like there's, he gets kind of lured into the background. I don't know how else to say it. So he gets in the background, then you see Pennywise there with the upside down triangle of balloons. And then you just like, he says one of my favorite fucking lines, bro, which is such a simple line. It's not even like it's that crazy, but he just like looks at him. He's just like, how's it going, man? If you lived here, you'd be home by now. Like if you lived here, you'd be home by now. And there's something that's so resonating and creepy with that. Because he's like excited. If you lived here, you'd be home by now. I love the way he says it. I love that there's almost no expression in his face when he says it. It's just like pretty plain and basic, but he has so much expression in his voice. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's why like his performance is one of the reasons I wish that horror got more award recognition. Even if you do a whole another award show or something, but horror and superhero stuff deserves, I don't know, I think some of it can deserve award recognition. Like Bill Skarsgård did amazing with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, like, I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to just like acting performances, and I know that it's tough because like you could argue probably a lot of other things, but for me personally, Heath Ledger is the Joker, Bill Skarsgård is Pennywise.
Yeah, he's amazing.
I don't know how to say, dude. I'm sorry, but I really feel like that is that type of level of. I think Heath Ledger as Joker is better, but it's not to be a comparison. I swear, it's just to say that Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, bro. If you didn't tell me that was Bill Skarsgård, never on my life would I be able to tell you that's who it was.
Yeah.
And I think that's what one of the definitions of good acting is like, whoa, you're doing such a damn good job. I wouldn't even know that's you.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why, but one of my favorite parts is I'm not real enough for you. Real.
Well, yeah, dude, I love that. Because, like, you know, like I was real enough for Georgie.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh gosh. I love that. Also, I will say real quickly, I know he's not on here or anything, but I want to say, you know, it's funny because we've mentioned John from Man of Movies. There's my buddy John that's been in the chat. Another John who, not to say like there's a competition here either, but a very, very close friend of mine, John, that I've known for a long time, who actually made my logo. So shout out to you, bud. Right? Appreciate you, bro. Oh my God, I was gonna say something in regards to like what we were talking about with the movies, and I can't remember now. Ah, shit, John, what did you have to do with the movies?
That was it real enough for Georgie? It was that part, and then
Yeah,
I said horror films deserve awards too.
Shit. I got so into like introducing him that I know what it was. I'm so sorry about that. All right, so the reason I brought him up is because John is a graphic designer, right? So he made my logo. He's very into animation and everything as well. And so he is actually, it's been in the works for a bit now, but it's because he's doing it all by himself. So I give him a lot of credit, and I know that it takes some time to do this. But my buddy John, who when it comes out, I'll be promoting it like crazy. He's in the midst of making a scene of Georgie and Pennywise. It's the scene of the movie, but in animated format. Which I'm happy to say I'm doing the voices of both characters in that skit. So like, and that's something I'm very happy about, and I'm extremely excited when that happens to get done. But yeah, just I figured I'd throw it out there just for the heck of it. So
yeah,
John's in the midst of making the that sewer scene, right? That on the street where Pennywise is talking to Georgie.
Wait,
and
can I hear your Georgie expression, or you want to save it?
Actually, no. So I mean, I just feel bad because like my George, it's nothing special. It's my Pennywise, right? That is, I actually only voiced Georgie as like a placeholder for him to animate it, and then we figured like we don't know who the hell else we'd get to do this, so might as well just keep you as Georgie. But it's nothing special. I feel bad. Like I wouldn't even know what to do specifically now to showcase it because it's just like a little kid sounding voice. Like, you know, it's just like it's me, but a higher pitch. Like, oh, that's my brother, but he's sick right now. Like that type of stuff, where it's like an innocent little kid sounding type, but nothing spectacular.
I'll give him a balloon. That'll cheer him up.
No, right? No, yeah, I'll give him a balloon. Like, I just see that's I could keep going with that. That's for sure. Just like because those lines, man, I love every one of those lines that he says. You know, it's like, you know, oh, where's he? And you know, oh, he's in bed. He's sick. Oh, I bet I could cheer him up. I'll give him a balloon.
Jason,
you want a balloon too, Georgie?
I don't know if it's meta or I mean it's a coincidence, but he says, do you want your boat? You don't want to lose it. Bill's gonna kill you, and his name is Bill Skarsgård. And then but it's obviously the name of his brother too.
I literally never even thought of that, man. That's a good point.
Yeah. It's just a coincidence because it would have been that line anyway. But
Bill's gonna kill you. But that's a really good point. As far as oh my gosh, I never thought about that. That's fucking fantastic, man. Oh, can you do an impression of Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin? Oh fuck,
that's a good.
He's actually, you know what? And Dan, I think maybe you could kind of speak to this. Don't you think it's a little bit similar to how I do Ghostface?
Yeah.
Right? Like it's in the same vein of that. I feel like it'd be right in the same realm. Because Ghostface is, what's your favorite scary movie? And I feel like Willem Dafoe is just like a little bit less exaggerated form of that. So like Willem Dafoe he's a little bit darker and everything, but it's still that like that kind of high pitched raspy of I'm the Green Goblin. But I don't know. That's more animated format. I'm not too sure. That's not really him.
Yeah.
It's tough. I would probably have to like see some lines that Willem Dafoe said, and then maybe I could try to go ahead and I'm very good. I would like to think anyway. I'm very good at very much like mirroring what I see. So if I like kind of saw some lines of his and then I just like I watched a clip of him real quick, I think I'd have a much better time of doing it. But yeah, that's it's still very much within that same type of that not exaggerated like this, but it's kind of that raspy with like that where the resonance I'm at right now is where he kind of seems to be at as well.
That scene used to scare a few scenes in Spider-Man 1 used to scare me when he's like talking to himself. And,
yes.
And that was creepy to me when I was a kid.
Dude, yeah, because the parts where he would like snap at himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's some spooky stuff, that's for sure. Which at least he's throwing, with perfect casting. Yes, it is. Absolutely 100%. I could agree with that. Like, I think that he falls in the category of like really good casting the same way that like, some we consider to be Chris Evans as Captain America or Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Like, I get that there maybe could be other people that could play the role, but for that interpretation of Green Goblin, he was really, really spot on.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Had at least something else squeeze in. Looks like Eric was talking about also that his favorite live action interpretation of Spider-Man was Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, or Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, which I can agree with too. It's why I'm happy that both of them are coming back in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right, well, guys, since we've kind of already like gotten close to the end of this, we had Dan shot himself out and everything, and then we had a nice little extension after that. So probably more than we were expecting to do. This is probably about 2 hours more than we expected to do. Yeah. But seriously, for everyone that's still here, thank you so much. For everybody that's been here while we've been doing this, thank you so much. Everyone that has commented, genuinely appreciated, no matter if it's something as simple as saying hi, asking a question, or anything in between. You guys are fantastic. If you haven't got a chance already, check out all the channels we've been talking about as far as, right, the Cinema Squad all around. Thank you, Katie, for joining us. Good night, sweet dreams, everyone. Same right back at you. Good night, Katie. Appreciate you being here.
Subscribed to me, so thank you, Katie. She subscribed to me like a few minutes ago. Thank you.
I was gonna say, actually, yeah, Dan. Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah.
This is where you're. So yeah, no, that's the same thing I was about to say. Katie, thank you so much. I noticed that you did the same thing. I really appreciate that. Right, every sub happens to count. You know what I mean? It means a bigger deal than we probably think. So thank you. Nasim's also throwing out great stream, guys. Thank you, Nasim. I really appreciate that. And thank you for being here up until like the end, until this point. So really appreciate that. All right, all together, guys, we'll start to actually bring this to a close. Enough teases. Thank you. Appreciate you checking this out. Guys, if you haven't seen the What If show, check out the What If show. It's obviously what the main focus of the stream has been. And hopefully our discussion about the show will make that much more sense when you have seen it. If you haven't seen it, then thank you for being here and watching with us as we've been talking about it, just because maybe you like how we talk about stuff. Eric, thank you so much, man. Awesome night with you guys. Right back at you, bro. Always love having you here, man. Right? Wouldn't be the same without you. Yeah, so that kind of wraps it up. Fantastic discussion. Happy to say that What If was a great show. Looking forward to season 2. Not in a rush because I want them to take their time and make it well, but looking forward to season 2. Until then, really happy that we have season 1 to go back and watch at any point in time on Disney+. Thank you to all of this is going to sound kind of ridiculous, but I mean it. Thank you to all of the actors that came back to reprise their voice roles for that show because it made it that much more enjoyable. Thank you to everybody else that was a part of that show to make it so enjoyable as it was as a total, as aside from the voices, right? The animation, the story, everything all together. And can't wait to see what this kind of means for the future of the MCU as far as how we'll see this play into the live action stuff. Guys, feel free, leave comments on the video itself, right? Maybe not in the live chat, but leave comments on the video afterwards of other thoughts you have on What If. Keep the conversation going. Keep this show alive because we want them to keep making it and everything. And
don't forget, subscribe to HBO Max.
God damn it, Dan. I'm here thinking that we're like on a good ending and that I'm starting to get to, and then all of a sudden you throw that shit in there. I love you, Dan. That was great.
But subscribe to everyone. Subscribe to Disney Plus. Subscribe to
Yeah, I guess so. Because you can't watch What If unless you have Disney Plus. Oh God. Oh jeez. And what before we leave, one last cheers. I haven't said cheers at all this whole entire time.
Well, it's not a shooting the shit, so it's fine. But
I know it's and that I was gonna make that joke actually. I was gonna be like, isn't this shooting the shit right now? But then it just got way past it, so whatever. But hey, Dan, cheers to you. I've got again, I know it's not shooting the shit, but ready for this, bro? I have peanut butter whiskey.
oh wow. Oh, cool though.
Shout out Screwball.
Is it good?
Peanut butter whiskey. This tastes like fucking dessert in alcohol format.
Oh, I need it. Send it to me.
And it's so good. It is so good. Everybody go ahead and all right, get yourself some. Get yourself some. Screw the characters that didn't return to voice their characters. And cheers, Eric. Definitely. All right, guys. Seriously, appreciate it. We could hang out for so much longer and everything, but I want to respect the fact that end of the night, it's a Wednesday. Do your things. Dan, don't kill nobody. Don't grab a machete. Dan, if you want to obviously hang out as far as in the the studio still, we'll chat a little bit afterwards. But otherwise, guys, seriously, thank you so much. Can't wait to see you for the next stream or video, whatever happens to come first. And thank you again. Really appreciate all of you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a fantastic rest of the night. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Oh, there we go. Okay.